Get the club to pop when I come up with the crop. Gotta love it or not. I'm hot from the hop to the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with the club spot. Get the club to pop when I come up with everybody. We do it. Everybody. We do it.
All right, what is good, everybody? Welcome to yet another iconic, legendary Trap Talk with MJ. What's going on? We're live. Before we get started, please do me a huge solid, if you will. Subscribe, like, share, leave us a comment. Doesn't take much effort, especially if you like these, podcasts and you enjoy them. You should definitely just hit the subscribe button, regardless of what your feelings are towards me personally. Just subscribe to the channel. If you're not really a YouTube person, not enjoying the whole visuals of me and my good-looking guest, we're also on all major platforms. Okay, so in the link in the description below, we are on Spotify, Apple, Buzzsprout, iHeartRadio, all the major platforms. Okay, so please. You have options if you want to listen to that, just so you guys know. Shout out to the sponsor. This show is brought to you by Cold Blooded Cafe, man. If you want the freshest and the best, it's brought to you to your doorstep. They ship to all states, including Alaska. I don't know if they ship to Hawaii. I'll have to check that. I don't think so. But regardless, majority, bombest stuff you could get to your doorstep, professionally packed, all that great stuff. My advice to you, if you want to get this as quick as possible, make sure you order before Tuesday. Put your orders in before Tuesday. You'll get your items on Friday. And I know that's a pro tip, so you're welcome, okay? Also want to go ahead and say, if you have reptile eggs, they should be inside a sim container, man. Sim containers are the best as far as keeping humidity, giving your eggs a lot of humidity without creating any moisture onto the eggs. That's how these sim containers are designed. I'm telling you right now, man. So they have small size boxes to extra large boxes. I keep my chondro eggs in the small sim containers, and then I keep, bigger eggs like ball python eggs in the extra large container. Okay. So yeah. Definitely check that out. And then if you're in the San Diego County, or regardless in California, or if you want some shipped craft beer, some designer beers, make sure you go check out Creative Creature Brewing right here in San Diego. So www.creativecreaturebrewing.com and check them out, man. I'm telling you right now, they will satisfy your IPA fiends and all your damn sours and all that good stuff, ales and whatnot. But man, what is good? Shout out to everybody in the comments, man. It's your boy MJ up in the building. I know. Look, I wore my shirt for all my ball python people today. How you like that? It's pretty hard, right? Yep. Anyways, man, shout out to everybody, everyone who's tuning in. I am so stoked for tonight, man. I delegated the shit out of this tonight, man. Friends with both of them. A lot of people are asking me, oh, how the hell did you pull this off? Don't worry about how I pulled it off. I pulled it off. And I'm excited to get these two on. And obviously I'm going to pick their brains about a lot of stuff and see what their insight is with I got a list of stuff I want to talk about, man. But I do want to give a shout out to everyone in the comments, everyone, all the supporters, people who've been messing with, been a part of this since the beginning. I appreciate every single one of you, man. So shout out to everybody who always tunes in early and the people who last all the entire session, man. I'm telling you, you guys are the real ones. I appreciate it so much. But tonight's guest, man, let's just say, Billy is on fire, on all different styles of fire. His breeding projects, are lit, and then he has a Patreon page, which we're going to talk a little bit about because I have questions about that as well. But man, he's creating such momentum right now, and I'm so happy for him. He has a great solid ass team that he's working and teaming up with, man. And we all know who that team is, right? So solid ass group of guys over there at Mutation Creation. So we're going to bring on Billy Rowe from Mutation Creation, keeping the 6-foot distance with the mask. I like that mask, Billy.
Thanks, man.
How are we today?
Good, man. Just, grinding like always. Like 2 minutes, Dad, I got to put my phone down, talk to you later. Here we go. It's going to drive me nuts not being able to, go on my phone for 3 hours or 4 hours. But you know what it is? We got to do what you got to do.
Yeah, you'll be all right. And, it's coming from somebody who's, look, Billy, from the most part, if he's not working some crazy overnight shift or doing something gnarly, he always responds to my DMs and whatnot. And, but thing is, man, I don't want to kind of get anyone pissed off out there because I know he gets tons of DMs, and this is why we started the Patreon page, right? Like this is.
Well, there's a lot of things. I mean, Patreon's not just about, my time and stuff. I think it's a whole bunch of things. But I mean, I do answer a lot of questions, and I've been doing it for years and years and years. And now it's to the point where, when you do something and it's like, five a day, and then, then it goes to 50 a day, and you can, you get used to it. Just like when you breed, when you're breeding, you get 10 animals, you can manage, you get 12, you manage 15, you work it up. Now it's to the point I'm getting 250 messages a day. You can't keep up, and I'm trying. And then, and it's really hard because I get all these different platforms messaging, and I can't go to all of them. And then what really stresses me out is it's a really question that's business related or something for a sale. And I'm like, yeah, I'll get back to you in an hour. I get back to them, and I'm looking and spending an hour trying to find the comment that, where they left the comment. It's
right.
not. So.
All right.
Great.
Gnarly. So I have questions regarding the Patreon page. But before we get into that, man, I have somebody that you might know. He's up in your area. He's in your parts. I don't really know what your guys' relationship is, but this is the guy I'm talking about here. Any familiarity? Are you familiar with this guy at all? Do you what's, you know what I mean? What's has he always been this good looking, or what's the whole deal with the style? Did you
He's always been like that, man. Ever since, like those glasses, I guess, are iconic for him because he's always got them on, you know?
Well, and without further ado, we have JP Reptiles, Jordan.
Glasses.
Where's
Dude, I was dying when you showed that picture. I was dying. I was like, no, he didn't.
I thought you had the jacket on. You had the leather jacket and glasses on before he went live. What the hell?
Yeah, that's my favorite. It's actually faux leather, but it's my favorite jacket. Yeah,
man, what is going on, Jordan?
Good, man. Just grinding it out, keeping busy. Got a lot of stuff going on. Working on a big move. This is the last couple of weeks here in this setup, so we're excited to get the new chapter of JP's Reptiles moving.
Where are you moving to? Back to Billy's?
Well, I actually bought a place. He's moving in with me. So.
We're getting set up here, eh, Jordan? A little.
I know. I'm waiting for it. It's going to be one of those.
No, not that. No, okay. All seriousness, where are you moving to? What's going on with that?
So we made a decision basically to not too far, but just far enough where I can, like outside my city, where I can set up without being bothered, but still come into the city anytime I want and still work in the city if I needed to. And we got a 1,200 square foot space. We're not going to utilize the whole space initially, just because we don't have, like, I'm no Mutation Creation. I don't have, 50 racks of animals, but but one day. Yeah. So this is just a stepping stone, moving in the right direction, trying to get a little bit more professional scenery, like a better, more professional setup, and we're just working on that. So that should be done here in about 2-3 weeks. Awesome. I haven't put out a video in like 3 months just because we've been super busy with the whole thing. But once that's done, then we'll be back at it full time.
Well, I'm super excited, man. This is Jordan's episode where I had him on. I told him how much I appreciate the journey he's had and whatnot and stuff. I also want to mention now that I have both of you on here, right? Your journey started with Billy, is that correct? From the very beginning, just so everyone knows where your guys' relationship is now and where it started from. Let's talk about the beginning stages. Billy was the first person you inquired for the most part, ball pythons, breeding and whatnot. Can you kind of give us a little insight on that real quick?
Yeah, so I actually used to keep snakes growing up when I lived with my mom back in my teens, and then throughout my professional career in my 20s, I kind of got away from it just because I was so busy working on my career. And then late 20s, approaching my 30s, that's when I was like, 2018, I was like, you know what, I'm going to go to a local show. I haven't been to a show in 10 years. I just want to see about what everything's been doing lately. And I happened to stumble across Billy at one of the shows. And, of course, Billy's doing his thing. He's out there in front of his booth, talking to everybody, flailing the arms, having a good time, getting everybody excited, and everybody else is sitting behind their desk like, hey, man. Billy's like, hey, come on this way. Yeah, it's great. So it was awesome. And his energy kind of got me fired up again. And then I saw a dreamsicle. He had a dreamsicle at his table. Billy will probably tell you the story too. That was the first snake that my mind just exploded. I was like, I couldn't even believe these colors existed in snakes. I mean, it almost didn't look real to me. And
so 2016, 2017, or just
2018. 2018.
Okay, 2018.
Yeah. So being Billy, being the nice guy that he was, he said, hey, why don't you come by the facility next week? We can spend some one-on-one time, show you the collection, show you the stuff. By then I was already watching some videos, and that's how it all got started. And it was definitely a rocky start, I would say. I mean, you think about it, I'm sure Billy, I'm going through it myself actually with customers right now, but you get the customers that give you a shout, and it's like spending $500, $800. It's just like a big deal. Your first snake, you haven't bought a single snake yet. And it's like you go home and you just think to yourself, like, am I crazy? What am I doing? And then, so I was kind of like flip-flopping back and forth, came by the facility. I think, how many times did I come by, Billy, before I actually finally pulled the trigger on a snake?
I think 3 or 4.
Yeah, I was going to say 3 times. Like it took me.
I also gave you a lot of options to go home and think about and to understand and try to think about what I was trying to explain to you.
Right.
So that's sort of like you come in with a mindset like, I want an animal. I want to buy an animal. I have money. I want to buy an animal. But then I was trying to make you learn to do it properly, and then you're going to go back and it happens a lot. People,
yeah, it was so scary, dude. Like it was like it's just the very concept of spending that kind of money on a snake at the time. I was like, am I crazy? I mean, I looked at my girlfriend at the time. I was like, she thought I was completely nuts and crazy. And it's just
you asked me probably 30 times, like, do other people really want to buy animals like this?
I know it. And
people really do. And I showed you some of the ones I bought. I'm like, yeah, there's other people that are,
and I think that's how everybody basically starts, right? Like it's a lot to get over that first hurdle, but when you finally do get over that hurdle, then it's just like everything falls into place and you start getting a little maybe too crazy sometimes. But yeah, I definitely went to the facility like 3 or 4 times before I finally pulled the trigger. I still remember, dude. You remember the 2 snakes I bought from you, the very first ones?
There's 3 actually.
Yes. Do you remember them?
Yeah. Lavender het pied.
Yep.
Pied. And a black pastel double head dreamsicle, all around 800, 900 gram range.
And the black pastel double head dreamsicle is probably going to drop clutch in the next 45 days.
Sweet.
Isn't that beautiful?
Yeah. So it was tough, man. It's challenging. And everybody that's in the chat right now that's new, all I can say is over the last 2 years, I have absolutely no regrets. I mean, it's been fantastic. The market is so strong. There's a lot of people. And if you're struggling with that mindset right now of whether should I do it or should I not, I just go for it, man. Just do it. Like it's fantastic.
Well, I think in your aspect too, JP, you did your homework really well. Like no matter who it was that you were like getting mentorship from, which a lot of it was Billy, you did your homework super well and you grasped a lot of information and you definitely molded it into your own world, right?
Yeah.
But to go in at the level that you went in, right? What made you want to go in at that level? Like meaning like there's not too many people. I mean, we don't know the exact number. If you want to drop it, that's fine. It's up to you. But we don't know the exact number that you invested the first year. And I know it was not
a lot.
I know it's not peanuts. I know it was a lot, but not too many of those people are coming into the game like that. I mean, they are, but it's not a lot. Like there's not a lot of Miguel's. Damn it, I tried so hard not to.
But you know what's funny is I've had conversations like this with a few big breeders, and I'm sure Billy, you could probably agree. There are a lot of silent people that even I didn't know about. Like you know, guys dropping 60 to 100 grand in one day behind the scene. You just don't hear about them. There, you know, there's a lot of those silent people that are doing that behind the scenes.
They don't want to know. They don't want people to know.
Exactly. Yeah. It happens all the time. I'm sure, Billy, you've done quite a few of those deals, right?
Yeah, I actually do. I have a few guys that are just, you know, they want to come in when everyone's gone. They come into I make special appointments to the facility. So they come in and, you know, do their shopping. And it's nuts. And some of the stuff they have, it's, you know, they have stuff that's better than I have. And I'm like, and they just do it for fun. And I don't know, man, it's crazy.
You know who you guys are reminding me of, and he's now put himself out there now. And I haven't talked to him much, but Chris, Deadmau5 or whatever, he was somebody like super.
Oh yeah,
I remember Miguel put him on.
I was introduced to him.
Yeah, I was kind of blown away. Miguel went to his facility, and like it was like in a rented warehouse. You know what I mean? Like where people normally have like car shops and shit, but he had it all there, like, you know, AC, like everything was all like for snakes. And I mean, yeah, you're right, Jordan. How many people are on the low doing stuff like that?
But you know, for me, it was like, you know, when I see somebody driving down a $300,000 sports car down the street, do I tell myself that I'm going to buy one the next day? No. Do I tell myself that I'll ever be there? No. But what I do tell myself is, if that guy could do it, then maybe, just maybe, I could also do it. So when I walked into Billy's facility and I saw big facility, and I stumbled upon Justin and Ozzy and all these other guys that have these big facilities, that these racks are doing this as a business full time. At the time, did I think that I was ever going to become one of them? Definitely not. But it inspired me just to go for it, because it's like, if they can do it, then it's not impossible. You definitely can do it. You just have to do it right. And that was my mindset. Is I told myself, I want to do this, and when I do something, I want to do it right, and that's it. I just want to put my best foot forward.
You know, what's wild is we talked about Billy. Billy, remember in your episode how you had to figure shit out on your own. How many fucking times did you eat shit year after year for not having any help or getting misled? You know what I mean?
That was a problem in our industry back, you know, in the day.
You guys had no social media, right? Like,
Facebook wasn't even a dream when I started. It was
no MySpace.
Unfortunately, back when I started, there was no, like, social media is huge now. I mean,
yeah.
If you can't, if I can make it from where I started to where I am now, and half of those years with no social media, no guidance, no help, there's no way someone nowadays with every resource at their fingertips and the amount of people helping each other. The only way you're failing is because, like JP said, you're not doing it right, or you're not following people's advice, or you're not putting in the work. I mean, there's no way you cannot do this.
Yeah,
it's amazing. And when I started, I mean, I had 20 normal snakes, 10 het pieds, 10 het albinos, and for 3 years, I was looking and feeding and getting excited over normal snakes.
Yeah.
And now, I mean, then the pastel was a dream of mine, and I finally got one at $6K. And if I had the passion to do it and get to where I am now, even with all the hiccups, mistakes, and the path that led me here, people now with the selection, the help, it's the business, the whole industry is right there in front of everybody, growing and growing. And back then it was, I was scared back then because we didn't see an industry. It was just like, I wanted to buy snakes. You saw things that people were posting, and that's about it. Like,
you guys had like these like silent forums and stuff. It
was crazy. Yeah. And it took me, I think, 2 or 3 years to find someone to tell me about the private forums. Yeah. I waited for the Reptile magazine to come in, and I'm like, oh my God, please be something on ball pythons. Oh shit, fucking chameleons. That was my learning material.
Are you? Did you get your hot cocoa? What are you drinking right now?
It's too hot now, so I'm back to water.
His last time,
I love the hot chocolate.
What did you have though? You said you don't have this in America or something. What you said something that we didn't have in America or something.
Hot chocolates. That's a Canadian thing.
Oh, hot chocolate. Yeah.
But yeah, man, I remember those 3 snakes. I walked in this facility. It took me a few times, and I think you know, and I have no problems admitting it. I burnt a couple of bridges too early on. That first show I went to, I tried to buy a couple animals, but I was so indecisive and so scared to drop that first $800 on a banana enchi. Billy, you probably know the guy that I was talking to.
Yep. We still talk.
Yeah. It was such a scary experience going to your show, and it's like, it's your first snake, it's $800, and it just sounds like a ton of money at the time, and it just was so hard to get over it. And I ended up backing out, and I went to Billy's facility like 3 or 4 times, but you know, I stuck with it. I finally pulled the trigger, and how long did it take me, Billy, after the first 3 snakes I bought? It just kind of snowballed from there. Like, then it becomes an addiction.
Oh yeah. No, I remember the day where it's like, I'm so happy, this and that. You know, do you mind keeping them there until I get my rack? You know, because I was going to order the rack, and you wanted your rack to come in as well. So we did that, and then like a couple weeks later, it's like, holy dude, have you heard of the clown? I'm like, oh yeah, I got lots.
And my mind exploded.
Oh my God, clown, it's sick. You know, and then you know, he's like, Justin Kabilka. I'm like, yeah, I know him well. And you know what I mean? Like, you know, he was here last year. No, that guy's got crazy stuff. Yeah. So connected him up, and fuck. Just nuts. I mean, I remember that. You're like, have you seen Clown? Clown's crazy. I'm like, yeah, dude. And then you bought the first 2 clowns for me. And then, you know, from then on there, you went mad.
Yeah, went to Tinley putting his arm around fucking legends and just taking pictures with them and shit and like fucking throwing everybody off. Who the hell is this guy?
Bro, I was just oblivious to my surroundings. I was just like a kid in a candy store. I mean, the first Tinley I went to, and I couldn't believe it. Like the amount of people, the amount of snakes. I mean, the Toronto show was great, Billy. Like, it's a great show, the CRD, but
night and day.
Tinley is just on another level. Like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I left that Tinley, and I was like, that's it. I got to buy another like 20 snakes. Like, it was nuts. So I think that's anybody who comes to the business who's getting into it for the first time. Billy, you probably do this on a daily basis with people. I'm doing it too now. People are messaging me my first few clutches, and some of them sold a couple of snakes to a couple of brand new guys. And it's like you relive the experience because everybody has those same reservations. It's like, oh my God, it's a $7,000 animal. It's a $5,000 animal. Am I crazy? Does this make any sense? How am I going to explain this to the wife? Like, it's a thought process that goes through everybody. But
yeah,
when you go to a couple of shows, you talk to enough people, and you just see how huge this business is. Eventually, it just kind of all comes together, and you get over that fear.
But also, you also want to be a part of it. I mean, that's
yeah.
I mean, when I see all these people, you know, of all different ages, ethnicities, races, you know, all different professions, it's like it's everybody under one roof, and it's like a community, and it's like you want to belong to it, and it's just you definitely see the animals. And to me, I mean, I've been a part of it, and I've seen it grow. 18 years, and it's something that I'm glad I've been a part of. I'm glad I've stuck to it. I'm glad with all the mistakes I made, I still push forward.
Right.
And guys like me, we thank guys like you, Justin, Ozzy, like all these guys that have been around for 20 years. You guys made all the mistakes. You guys have lost how many thousands of dollars on bad deals, not getting your animals, stuff that arrives dead. Like, you guys have made all those mistakes, and you guys are able to guide new people like myself coming in to prevent that. So we have an advantage. Like, we can come in and not lose all this money. We can come in and not lose the money, not make these mistakes, and just start right at the top, because we're learning from people who didn't have social media, like you said, and all these different forums, all these things back then. So it's a great resource for everybody like me who's brand new, and you know, you guys help us navigate all these tough waters. Because if you don't know reptiles, or you don't know snakes, I mean, I could have been burnt easily by now already too. Like, when you don't know, you don't. It's like people come into a dealership when I was working in the car business. Like, you think you know how cars are sold, you think you know how the deals are structured, how the money's made, but you really don't know how the back end works. That's just same thing with snakes.
Well, that's one thing about Patreon. I think that's what I'm trying to do, is have a platform where people can come learn. And instead of me getting on the phone, talking to, 30 people a week, pretty much saying the same thing over and over and over and over, here's a platform where you can go read it, see it, be a part of it. And if you have any questions on it, then instead of spending an hour with me on the phone, going over everything that you just watched, you can understand, or you can try to understand by me explaining what you didn't understand when you read it, or taking it a step further. because not everybody's at the same level.
No.
So everyone's unique. People, the best question, hey, Billy, what's the best thing to get into?
It depends on
That's a tough question.
A loaded question. Well,
I get those too.
what
It's
do you
so
like?
tough.
How much money? You know, because I'm going to give someone a different advice and structure it differently if they have $10,000 or if they have 100,000.
Yep.
You know, you can't give someone advice at 100 or 10,000, and like it's structured differently for the person.
How about when they come to you and ask you what they should breed to this snake?
Oh yeah.
And
All
it's
the
like,
time.
how do you, and if it's like one thing, if you invest in something in a female, right, or even a male, you should have already done your homework before you bought that snake.
Correct. You build your project.
You should already know. Like,
how many times did I scream at you for that, Jordan? You know, project, build a project. And he kept buying so many things. I'm like, dude, you've got to sort of structure it. And then, you know, even when he left, you started seeing his purchases. And I'm like, okay, that was smart.
My purchases got smarter over time.
100%
exposure.
But you need to build projects, you know, and then build another one and another one. And then eventually you crisscross them or add, instead of having a whole bunch of snakes with no direction, you're not going to do well. You're not going to do well. You have to have structure.
I want to get something out of the way real quick because I did talk to Billy about this, and we've talked about this too, Jordan, but you were learning so much from Billy, bro. You really were, right? And then you just dipped out and you left. What made you leave? Like, what made you leave? And then obviously, Billy, I want to know how that made you feel when he left. So first off, tell me, Jordan, why did you leave Billy's facility? And then I want to hear from Billy and how that affected him.
I think it was a combination of a couple of things. You know, when you're new, I feel like sometimes people can prey on you from the back ends. You know, when you really don't know much and you're really relying on everybody else's opinions or everybody else's experience, you don't really have like a way to fact check. You don't really have a way to see, you know, what's true and what's not, and you kind of just take. And there was a lot of things being said about the two of us behind the scenes that caused some of the issues. Also, but I'm not going to blame it totally on that. Like, there was also a part of me that also I was getting so excited and I really wanted to explore my own creative direction. And that also played a factor in it. And when me and Billy, we both got together and we talked about it, you know, I definitely agreed with him. Like the way I exited the situation probably wasn't handled the best, which is, you know, I have no problems admitting that. We all make mistakes. But I felt that I needed to exit that way because of what was said was going to happen. And then when I spoke to Billy, he was like, and I explained to him the situation, he was like, oh man, you know, it makes total sense. You know, you didn't have to do it that way because the reaction wouldn't have been what you thought it was, but hindsight 2022, right? Like it's I left in a certain way that I felt was needed to be done, but you know, learning after the fact, I realized that, you know, it didn't have to go that way. Like Billy, we talked, he said, if I would have just come up to you and said, hey man, like, I just want to do my own thing and have my own thing. Let's be colleagues on the side. He said that he would have shook my hand and said, no problem, man. Like, you know, just give me a phone call. Cause I did show up. Like, I showed up in the middle of his facility and I had a key, you know, with a U-Haul. I was like, I got to get out of here before he comes and kicks my ass. I'm not a fighter, man. I'm a non-confrontational guy, dude. You come at me, I'll be running the other way.
Oh shit.
So I was like, but that's just me, dude. I'm so non-confrontational. I don't like confrontation at all. And if I can avoid it, then that's just what I do. And I thought there was going to be confrontation, and Billy reassured me that there wouldn't have been. So we dealt with a lot of chirping, we dealt with a lot of issues and behind the scenes. And like I said, when you're new, you can't fact check this stuff. You know what I mean? It's like, what are you supposed to do? You guys have been around for 10 years. You just came on the scene after a year. How are you supposed to know any better? You know what I mean?
Yeah, and that's the toxic people in this industry. Like, you know what I mean? They just chirp, and they stir shit. You know, if they put as much energy and effort in their own fucking collection and doing what we do on a daily basis, they'd make something out of themselves. But because they don't, they got to bring everybody down and chirp. whatever. You know what? You think you got something to chirp about now? Wait till you see what I'm doing this year. Wait till you see next year.
But it's almost sad. Like I don't understand why do people want to attack new players? Like, what's the mindset?
They're jealous. Like when you came on scene, I took you under my wing. Justin, Ozzy. The ability to you travel. Even fucking MJ. He's like, what the fuck? This guy.
You got under my skin, bro. You really did, because
it wasn't even the animals you were buying.
I thought this guy was gonna fight me at Jay Brewer's place.
No, I asked that Billy.
Traveling.
Billy gave me the fucking green light. I remember I had you right in front of me, and I was like, Billy, what the fuck? And I thought Billy was gonna be like, like still fuck you type shit, but he really wasn't. And I was like, well, let me fucking. I guess I should talk. I'm somebody different in person too, because guys, let's be honest. How many fucking keyboard warriors are out there? How many people have a type of energy from their house, and then you see them in person, and it's like it's totally different, and you're like,
I'm not. I'm not. I'm the same. I'm a pit bull, man.
For me, it doesn't make sense.
That's easy to read, Billy. Everyone knows you are who you are across the screen, bro.
The more people see, my mindset is I don't care how much money you spend, whether it's $1 million or 5,000.
Yeah.
The more people come in, the more customers for all of us. We all benefit from it. So in my mind, there's just no reason. It doesn't matter how much money somebody spends. It doesn't matter where their collection's at in relation to yours. There is a market for everybody's collection, whether it's
their mindset is I'm not getting a piece of it. They're not a part of the community. They're about me.
Yeah.
What can I do to harm other people? What kind of advice can I get to screw other people over? How do I expect, don't buy the animal from him, blah, 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 buy it from me. And it's toxic. And that's the thing with these people.
And they don't want to put in the work. They don't want to wait. They don't want to wait. It's the patience thing. And guess what? This game forces you to learn patience. If you don't have the patience, you're gone. You're irrelevant. I'm telling
you. And if you don't have the money, guess what? You just put in the time and you can get there. It's just you're not going to get there in 3 years because you don't have the money to buy it, but you get there in 5, 6, or 7. But they don't want to put the time in. They don't want to
It's a mindset.
It is. It's a total mindset. It's a mindset from pairing, from your projects, from the way you think. There's so much to this. People think, you just buy snakes, put them together, and you're going to get in the game.
It's like you look at Miguel, for example. Like I didn't. This guy was buying all kinds of snakes in the beginning, and I never once had the thought in my mind about hate or this and that. I was inspired to do the same. Like
I had a little bit of jealousy sometimes, but it was good jealousy, because it's like, what the fuck?
Jordan was so inspired he stole the guy's name.
You guys are too much.
Hey, that's on you, bro. I mean, that was funny. I was gonna introduce you as always evolving pythons. But I tried to bet somebody that I wouldn't bring him up the whole podcast. I already lost. So either way, that was okay. On top of everything else, Jordan, that we're talking about, right? Like you're hanging out with Billy's place, and obviously Billy's a guy where I would love to see this fucking guy's facility. And here you are every day, it seems like, posting pictures. So I'm like, oh, great. This fucking new guy who I already don't like is best friends with Billy. So I almost have to like this guy or at least give him a chance. You know what I mean? And
but you know what, MJ, I really appreciate the way you handled it, because, people can say what they want over social media. At the end of the day, I personally never judge somebody until I've met you in the flesh and talked to you as a person.
Yeah.
And you were man enough to come up to me. We were standing at Jay Brewer's place in California, looking at each other. You've actually walked up to me and said, hey, I don't like you. I didn't like you. I thought you were a dick, but you're actually a nice guy. And you shook my hand. You said, you're an awesome dude. And that's what I appreciate. I would rather you tell me to my face that you don't like me and give me an opportunity to try to change your mind. And if I can't, then fine. Yeah. Versus, behind the scenes and all that stuff. So I really appreciated the way you handled that situation. And
no, man, and it's something where I'm kind of embarrassed too, because as much as like I was wanting to back up Billy, it's none of my fucking business. It's not my business. I shouldn't have used whatever he feels against you for me not to like you. It's just not of my fucking business. And I honestly judged the shit out of you. And I remember from afar, I saw Jordan just so giggity and happy of being around all these animals. I was like, dude, this guy's so harmless. He just fucking loves this shit. He genuinely is. He just not trying to come up off nobody. He's not trying to he's using whatever tools he gets. and he's just having a good time. I was like, this guy's awesome, bro. I was like, he's not doing nothing to nobody. Like,
dude, that was the first time I got to stand next to a 200-pound retic. I mean, it almost dislocated my shoulder. I don't know if you saw that little clip I put on my Instagram. Like, I was just like, wow, this is just crazy. This is crazy.
I'm glad you're not, but I'm surprised you haven't hurt yourself yet for Instagram, JP. You really go the far lengths to try to do what you can for your following, which you built your following pretty fast too, man. And I will say, look, you hang out with Billy a lot in the beginning, but you did build your own empire. You did fucking use your head. You used tools that, look, you didn't have to listen to what Billy was telling you every day, but obviously you were listening. Obviously you were learning. But before we get into more of that, Billy, how did it affect you having Jordan just leave your place? Because I knew this was like your little fucking, like Karate Kid, bro. Like
sort of like, I mean, I do that with many people, and I mean, there's a lot of people on here. I like to help people. I like to see them do well. And you see somebody that was excited and willing to invest money. And if you're going to invest money, I mean, the money that he's invested, if he didn't learn from me and other people and actually put the work in, he could be sitting on a, $300,000, $400,000+ of animals.
Yeah.
He doesn't have the tools he'll eventually get there, but he set himself up properly. But what bothered me the most was, here I am here. Here's a key to the facility. Here's your alarm code. We'll mentor stuff. We'll work together on projects. And, and then all of a sudden, boom. And I'm like, what the hell? And I just didn't understand why. And that's what I think what bothered me the most is like, I would have done anything for him, like I do with a lot of people with my time. And,
I think if we had the conversation from the start, that all of that would have never happened.
But then the thing that bothered me the most was when he was gone. Oh, did you hear what he said? Did you hear what he was doing?
Yeah,
and the chirpers. And they were just, here, look what we did. You know what? We started a fire. Let's start fucking adding and making the
COVID. It was like COVID.
Yeah, it was like
COVID. The bullshit spread.
Yeah.
It was bullshit.
But when he reached out and said, "Hey, man, you know what I mean? I know what I did was wrong. I want to apologize, but I'd like to explain, what happened." And I'm like, please, because I have no fucking idea why. It's like me being at Justin's place. Have your animals here. We'll work together. Learn from me. Cool, Justin. Like, fuck. I wouldn't be taking my shit out at any time. You know what I mean? And I'm like, what the fuck did I do? Like, why? What's going on? Like, I don't get it. And then when he came and apologized, I'm like, you know what? I never even thought about that angle. The fucking chirpers, the negative, toxic people that didn't want us together, because together, shit, look what I'm doing. Look what he's starting to do. Imagine us together. Holy fuck. Still, you know what? Like, and that's what they didn't want. And hey, guess what? I'm still going to do amazing. He's already proven it. Like, cool. Like,
yeah.
You know what? We don't have to be together to work together. I mean, it's awesome. But it just blew my mind that I didn't understand why. It does, like, why? Why? And that's what bugged me the most.
What's a good learning experience from this too is it everybody that I've talked to in this business, everybody has beef with someone.
Yeah, 100%.
Everybody.
Yeah.
And I feel like
so true.
People should just, like, why not try to resolve your beef with whoever you have beef with? Why not reach out to the person, try to resolve it, put the shit aside, work together and just promote the community as a whole and help the community grow. I feel like, I think everybody can do that. Would you agree or disagree?
I agree. I mean, I don't know. Go ahead, Billy. You talk first on it.
Or am I just too utopian right now?
It's I don't know. It goes back to that mindset. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, it's like there's just so much hate, and it's what I'm trying to get across too with the whole scissor thing and my rants. You can do whatever you want that makes you feel comfortable. There's no fucking right and wrong,
bro.
You know what I mean? Like, but the worst part is why are you getting on my channel shitting on me? Why don't me and the scissor crew, all the people that cut with scissors? I hope to God none of us jump on and say, hey guys, you should use scissors. You're doing it wrong, because it's just foolish. You're just adding more shit and toxicity into this garbage that shouldn't be existing at all. Do what works for you. You know what? It's like, if I don't like somebody, I shouldn't be, talking and making other people hate the guy. Like Jordan said, you know what? He wants to meet the person and judge in front of them and judge the person, not go off of somebody yap, because you always get one side of the story. Like someone did, we're humans. We make mistakes. We fuck up. We have bad days. I have a bad interaction with one customer out of 1,000, and you hear only the one, not the other 999.
Well, they say what? It takes 10 good deeds to make up for one?
Not even that, man. It's like you can't, that person that had that one thing keeps chirping like it's like some life-changing experience and won't let it fucking go.
But you want to know how you reversely mental that? You know how it's like those people are mentally fucked the way they think, right? Don't ruin your mental by caring about what those fucking people think.
True.
It has no effect on Billy's clutches for the year. It has no effect on his Patreon page, obviously. Same with JP. JP had haters fucking from the beginning. They
were lined up outside my house for a mile.
Canada didn't let me in, so I couldn't go to his house. So it was fucked.
Yeah, you and many.
No, but dude, honestly, man, it's like it's kind of like it's not about how hard you get hit. It's like, what is that saying? It's not about how hard you get hit. It's how hard you what's that saying? Somebody say in the comment. It's not about how you get hit, or it's how you take the hit.
How you get up, or how you get
back up.
It's how you get back up. But either way, bro, it's how you keep it moving. It's what you do with yourself to fucking just make sure that you're progressing. And I only see progression in front of me. You guys are both progressing in such positive ways. And then what's awesome is all the people who wanted you guys not to get along, all the people who didn't want this podcast to happen are eating shit now. Now they're like, oh fuck, and they're probably not doing anything for themselves. They're probably irrelevant. They're not even making any noise. You know what I mean?
One thing is when I get into my rant, it's not because I'm affected. Like it bugs me, but not to the point where it's through my day. What I'm trying to do, and it doesn't come across that way, I want to just tell people, and because if they're doing it to me, they're doing it to other smaller breeders. Oh, you shouldn't do this. Don't get into this, Gene. I wouldn't do this. I wouldn't do that. And the people want to do it. And I'm just trying to get across, even though my rants go crazy. It's not necessary for me. It's for other people to learn. You guys can do what you want to do. Don't let someone else. Don't let me tell you not to cut with a razor. I will never tell you. If that's how you feel comfortable, do it. Do what works for you. Buy what you like. Produce what you like. Oh, you better grow this and do this so you can have 10 clutches next year. If they only want to do 3 and they're comfortable doing it, why push them to 10? All these people's guidance and stuff, they don't guide them for what they want to do. You guide them for what you want to do. And that's the total opposite. Like I get on phone with people and what do you want to do? What do you like? What should I like? I'm not going to tell you what you should like. I want to work, and everyone has their own degree of where they want to go.
But another problem that I see too, you probably agree, Billy, is, I make mistakes, you make mistakes, everybody makes mistakes. I feel like people are so fast to take their pitchforks out sometimes for even the smallest mistake. And it's like,
because they're perfect.
Everybody's human. No matter how good you are at whatever you do in life, you are going to make a mistake. And it's unfair to really crucify somebody over something small like that. I feel like, if you put somebody down so hard for their first or even a third mistake, if you put them down that hard, it just discourages them.
You can't take it. Yeah, it's hard.
And then it makes them feel, crappy about themselves, and it may make them want to get out of the business, which means less customers for all of us. It just has a negative impact all the way around. And I don't like to see that.
One thing I do with my YouTube, it's raw. I want the new people to watch that. Holy shit, this big time breeder. Holy shit, he made a mistake. Oh, he fucked that up.
You're human, right?
Oh, he bought animals that didn't prove out. He got ripped off 4 years ago or 3 years ago. Oh, look, his animals come out kinked on a clutch. Oh, he got moldy eggs. Oh my shit, he's got slugs. It happens to these guys too. I'm trying to make it real so that people aren't beating themselves up for, oh my God, how come I had all slugs this year? Oh, the big breeders don't do this. Fuck yeah. Everything you guys happen to you, it happens to us, just at usually a bigger scale. But I want to make people realize that what I do, I'm human. I make mistakes. I screw up. If I ever did a YouTube video and never screwed up once, it probably edited by a lion.
Yeah. What drives me insane, guys, is why would somebody? Okay, what would make somebody think that you guys are doing purposely something to destroy your guys' clutch or do something to affect that animal? Why the fuck would you even be in this business? What's the point? Like,
Yeah.
you really think if Billy knew, these big scissors are fucking up the veins or doing something evil, he's still gonna cut with big scissors?
Yeah.
Are you serious?
People don't even realize how much some of these clutches that I'm cutting are worth.
No,
That last one I cut's probably worth 25, 30K.
Maybe I'm just naive, but I
Heard of that.
still don't understand. Like maybe you guys could explain it to me because I don't understand. What's the real reason that some people get really upset about the cutting? Like, what am I missing?
it's not natural.
It's not natural. But
Not
keeping them in
What's
racks
the
or
argument?
tanks, and feeding them once a week and giving them
Even
water,
though
that's
even though
natural.
how many studies have there been where people try to do it maternally and like it's
Fail.
not it's like, okay, you got maybe 6 out of the 12 to go. Like,
The statistics in the wild of survival of hatchling rate?
Right.
It's like 30%. That's the survival of yeah. But
Sorry,
we have them here and we
But
Shut
so what are these people who disagree with cutting? What is their mindset as to why that's bad? Like, I don't
They
understand.
probably follow somebody else that has a one mind or one opinion. You should do this. This is how you should do it. Who the fuck are you to fucking set the bar?
There's these
You know what I mean? Like,
YouTube channels that have a huge youth audience. Like
and that's fantastic. Good for them.
they
But
listen.
you're putting in the wrong mindset to these people growing up. There's only one way. This is how you do it. It's bullshit.
Like, have you actually ever lost a snake because you cut the egg? Has an
Not
egg?
because of cutting. So I've had, and I don't know, I don't know the person's name, but they called me and said, listen, I wish I cut. I left them to day 59 and then I cut them and they were all drowned, fully formed and drowned.
Do we have any like real statistics that show how often that would happen? I mean,
Well, put it this way. In the past, I used to use a razor. I've actually cut myself by accident with like a moron holding the egg. Can you see me holding the egg? And I'm like this, and I actually cut my own thumb. I've actually cut a snake. I didn't feel comfortable. But with the razor, people feel comfortable using it, use it. When me cutting them, there's a time and a place to cut them. I can feel the snake. I've actually had them where, Austin's like, hey, let's cut today. I'm like, I'll leave it for one more day. We go the next day. It's already pipped. So if it's already pipped, 3 days before it's supposed to hatch, 56 days, that's just an estimate, And if you ever wonder, sometimes like the higher in my incubator, they usually hatch a few days earlier than the ones at the bottom because heat rises.
And what's funny is I
know.
out of the 6 clutches I've hatched, 7 clutches I've hatched, I've never had a baby come out of the egg before day 58. Never.
Well, so here's the thing. I don't know. There's no proof behind it, but when I cut it day 50, 52, depending, they're out of the egg 2 days or 3 days before they would have come out and after they pip naturally. So, and I've said that my animals are shedding by the time yours are crawling out of the egg, and my animals eat, they grow fast. It's almost like I feel like I'm almost taking that stressful part of them trying to get out away. So I hardly have any problems feeding hatchlings. So it's almost like, here you go. Don't stress out and try to fight your way out. It's done for you. Come on out at your own pace. No stress. They come out, bam.
See, my mentality is if you're going to come at me and tell me that I'm doing something wrong, I will say, okay, so in a non-arrogant way, I'll say, okay, please, why do you think that way? Just so I can understand, and then I can make a decision after it. And nobody's really given me like a true reason that makes sense as to why it's detrimental for the animal to be cut on day 55 or 54. Like there really isn't a negative consequence to that, or am I missing something?
Not that I find. I mean,
what about you, MJ? I mean, you've cut eggs, right?
Fucking bite them, bro. Tear that shit with my teeth. I would. Excuse me. I just took it down pretty high.
there's my next YouTube video.
No. So listen, I would always ask Miguel, because he was like my fucking. In the beginning, I was always asking him questions and shit, like what your Billy is, right? So he was always telling me, dude, by day 52, I cut. So day 52, he cuts. Period. No matter what. And
How many issues has he had?
Huh?
How many issues has he had?
0. Me?
Exactly.
I've had 0 issues.
It worked for him. Let him do it.
Works
But then
for me.
the other people that cut with a razor, after one pips, they probably have no problems either. I don't know because I'm not statistically, into what they're doing. I don't care because I like and I feel comfortable doing what I do. There's nothing wrong with doing. If somebody came out and used a fucking samurai sword and went, and it works, let them fucking do it. It's their choice. There could be another thing that we could use to open up eggs down the road. There's going to be, there's Easy Hatch, Rep the Chip, and now Egg Cutter Supreme. You just put the egg in, it fucking takes it off. And maybe that's what I should do. There's my new fucking get rich
samurai sword or eggs.
No, I'm just gonna put a little machine. You know what I mean? Like how you cut like potato peels or whatever.
I think you should fucking put a logo on those big scissors and just fucking. I'm telling you, I would.
It's already coming. It's already coming. I got the sticker, the shirt. It's already coming, MJ. You guys see what's coming from Mutation Creation.
I'll hang them on my wall, and I'm like, babe, go grab the fucking scissors, and here they come, dude. Oh man!
Let's see the new sticker sets coming out.
It's funny because I've heard people say, I've actually heard people say that it's safer to do it with a razor. But for me, watching it, I almost feel like you have to be more skilled at using a razor than scissors.
It's old school. That's like an old school fucking way with the razors. Not that there's nothing wrong with it, but why do more hard work or make things more difficult? Or like that saying, that pay less saying, why pay more when you can pay less?
You want to see something funny?
Yes.
Well, it's not funny, but I see people that are cutting the way I have the razor. It's their first time. I'll give a huge shout out to Shane at Small Town Exotics. His first clutch ever. Cut. Fucking perfect, like a superstar. I guarantee you if you use the razor for the first time, well, I would just think you're a little shaky, you're nervous. Oh my God, am I cutting the, like you wow. I think people doing it for the first time, using scissors is great. Once you feel comfortable and you know what you're doing and you want to attempt to use a razor, try it.
I was going to say scissors are safer for new people like me.
I honestly think so. And it's safer for me. And I've been doing it for 18 years. And I'd be afraid to open an egg with a fucking razor. I could, but I won't feel comfortable. I'd be paranoid.
There's so many different options that you can do as far as cutting. Now, all you should do, if you're new to this game and you're like, oh shit, I have a clutch due and this blah, 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 I should worry about egg cutting. Find somebody you really look up to or find somebody you trust, see how they cut eggs and go with that option or go with the option you're more comfortable with. But don't fucking knock down anyone else's egg cutting techniques, dude. Especially if they have a hatch.
You'll never see me saying, don't do it the way. Do what fucking you feel comfortable doing. Not because I said it or someone else said it. Do it. You know what? Try it both ways. Figure out what works for you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, the scissors to me make sense for me. I've seen people cutting their first clutch ever. Hey, Billy, I did your duck, and they look fucking great. I've seen people saying, hey, man, I've been doing this for 5 years. I just cut my eggs. And you look at them, you're like, holy fuck, they're butchered the shit. And this is your 5th year? There's guys cutting their first time ever, making it nicer than you guys. Ugh.
Bro, how many cuts on the big scissors? One cut, you're there. You're good, right?
Yeah, but I just did that to prove everybody.
Oh,
you know what I mean? It worked, right? I feel comfortable doing it. Guess what? Fuck. Everyone's like, hey, it's cleaner than the way you do it with the normal scissors.
I'm like, yeah.
I'm not getting into that's not going to be a thing. It was a one-time thing just to show everybody fuck off. When
I saw his thumbnail, I thought it was a prop, like a foam scissors.
No, you know me, man. If I say I'm going to do it, I do it. I don't give a shit. I might have a whole bunch of people hating me and whatever. You know what? I did it. It's done. Shut up. Razors, aren't for me. Scissors are. Small, big, large, whatever. I could get one where I'm standing on one and Austin standing on the other side and Lord of the Lions holding it and it's 18 feet long. We'll cut it out in the parking lot. Maybe. You never know.
Yeah, see, like these are the ones I feel comfortable with because the bottom part is rounded. So that's the part that goes in the egg. So I have less chance of poking the snake with the other side. That's why I prefer like scissors like that.
And it works for you.
Yeah. Because
they fit you great, Jordan. They're nice and small.
I was going to say it, but I'm going to leave it. I'll leave that. I'll leave it for
MJ, not everybody was born a fighter, okay?
I'm taking care of your light work tonight, Billy. Don't worry about it. You just sit back, okay, buddy? I'm thinking you're lightweight.
This was not planned at all, JP.
Have you guys seen the skit with Kevin Hart where he's like, I'm not going to fight you, but we're going to talk about it and talk about how we can prevent it the next time? Like, I'm that type of guy. Like, we're going to sit down. We're going to talk about how to prevent this fight. But we're not actually going to fight.
No, not if I'm around, JP. I'm gonna do your fight for you, bro. You don't have to talk around anything no more. You got backup. You got protection, buddy. You're good.
Hey, we can do you know what? We can do a live stream on Patreon. We'll go a couple rounds in the ring. It'd be fucking huge. Big event.
I'll be the referee.
I thought about that.
The bell guy.
Think about these major reptile shows, right? We should have an auction boxing match. Like, think about fucking breeders. You're like, they want to air out some shit, and they're both down to put on the gloves and put on some fucking headgear. Why not? And well, you know what I mean? You people out there, distancing, and you know what I mean? I don't know.
Yeah, it would be pretty cool, man.
Yeah. Anyways, let's get back to reptiles. So guys, real quick, I do want to talk about breeding season right now, where it's at with you guys. Jordan, how many clutches we looking at this year?
So I did a bunch of ultrasounding a couple days ago, and it looks like we're going to be in between 12 to 16.
Okay. And those are, how many do we have in the incubator right now?
I've got 1 hatched. I've got 3 in the incubator. I've got 3 more due in the next 30 days, and a 4th one just went in the pre-lay shed, so she'll also be due. What's
the biggest clutch you're looking forward to?
2 of them, actually. So the one that's hatching on the 25th this month is Fire Gotham to a Fire ODYB spot nose clown.
White snakes.
Wow.
You know what? Actually, I hope I do hit a few, because I wouldn't mind a couple of super fire clowns on the shelf. Those are good animals to have.
It's funny how I joked about that, but yeah, I mean, animals like that may not be beautifully, it's a white snake with a whole bunch of genes.
But genetically,
it's
a powerhouse.
If I had a whole rack of, 3-4 gene white snakes that are clown combo this or that, I'd have a whole rack of white snakes. Because genetically,
longevity, bro. That's Billy's. It's always longevity, bro. Like,
how many people told you that's stupid that you did that? How many? 70%? 80%?
Stupids.
And then,
how many people told you that it was a stupid pairing?
Oh, everybody said, but people got to understand. People got to understand the backstory of it too. Really quick. I'm not going to go on too long about it, but I have a dozen males, and I bought them all late. And the male that I wanted to use on her just didn't make it, and she was at already 20 millimeter follicles. I couldn't wait. It was either not breed her and forget it, or get something. And I felt like that was the alternative to that male.
Yep.
Even if I hit 1 or 2 super fires, the alternatives in the clutch will far exceed. They'll make up for that. And then my second most anticipated clutch I'm the most excited for this year, because it's literally stuff that's never been done before. I've spoke to Mark Bailey, Justin, yourself, Billy. I've spoke to Ozzy, spoke to everybody. Nobody's really done mahogany clown stuff with the light stuff. So I have a Fire OD YB spot nose clown that bred to a mahogany het clown, and it's currently in the incubator. So and she gave me 8 eggs, first time female, 18 months old, first time female, 8 solid eggs. She did really well.
You know what's funny? Who the fuck's gonna be there to help you ID them?
Nobody.
No, what the fuck? Could be this, could be that. We're gonna be going back and forth. No one's gonna know what the fuck you got. That's a great problem to have, man.
It really is, because think about like the anticipation you have when you finally get there. I mean, 3.5 years from now, if so, but that's the reason why you do the shit that you do,
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how some of you guys like you popping out these 10 gene banging animals. Like, how do you? But it's this, that. Like, all I see is beautiful colors and.
Yeah, Billy. Yeah, you just have to be work. I mean, Billy he's been breeding it, so it's like, let's talk about that, Billy. When did your ID game become professional? When did you feel like you really became professional at IDing shit, especially your own shit?
It's still a process, man.
Even today is tough, right?
It is. It's not even like here's the thing. There's so many new genes that are coming in and interacting with different things. I'm glad I have someone like Austin. I mean, Austin has he's just got a skill. Like, he can see it. He knows how to compare. He's always researching himself. I can look at something like today. He's like, what do you think this is? And I named off 4 genes. And one of them was vanilla. And he's like, holy shit, yeah, this is vanilla. Most people would have said fire or something different. You look for little tiny little things, and it's an opinion, okay? I didn't even know the pairing. I just saw a picture and I named 4 genes that I saw. And I was right. You know, if I had the pairing, I could actually discover it a lot easier. But it's not as easy in all these animals. People are sending me, hey, I just made a blah, 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 bongo, this, that, migraine, or some other gene. I've never even heard of some of these genes. I don't know about the gene. I can't help ID it. But the stuff that I have, I can pick out from head patterns, the way that the patterns blend, the color, the head stamp, and we could get a pretty good 70, 80%. And then if we have the other genes in play, we can research or Google or look and see, you know what, I'm leaning more towards this. I'm leaning more towards that. And having other people to look at it, to second guess yourself or give you, you know, like,
You
hey,
always want to get a second opinion, right?
100%. And I mean, having someone with Austin, it's great because, you know what I mean? Like, I think he has sometimes more skill than I do because he's looking at all these other new genes. I'm just concentrating on what I have in my collection and what I see other people making, where he's looking at other genes and doing this. And it's awesome what we have, but it's in our opinion only. Like, we're not 100%. I don't want people saying, oh, Billy said it was this, because in every one of my messages, this is what it is in my opinion, IMO. I'm not the person stamping the seal of approval. This is what it is. You sell it like this, in my professional opinion. And none of us can say exactly what it is with 100% guarantee. It's what we see and what we believe.
It's your best guess.
100%.
Yeah.
You know?
And that leads me to my last clutch that I'm really excited about. I'm joining the monsoon bandwagon.
Whoa, dude.
So she's at 21 millimeters right now, and I'm going the clown route because Billy is doing the pied monsoons. So, you know, when you have a colleague next to you, there's no reason why, like, okay, well, if he's doing it, why don't I go a different direction and we become each other's customers?
I'm already ahead of him. I got het clowns. Don't worry. I got clown het monsoon. Don't worry.
There you go.
Sorry.
So I got Fire ODYB spot nose double het monsoon clowns.
Thing is with that, you've got other genes that I don't have. And that's one thing when you're basically trying to chase the same project, it doesn't necessarily mean you're going to make the same thing in it.
Exactly.
Because I don't have that animal to get into my double hets. I got 2 or 3 other genes. So we can still
I think no matter how hard
each other in the head.
No matter how hard you try, it's impossible to hit every angle on every project.
100%.
Alone.
It's the odds. I mean, I could get that power male where you got all females, and then I'm a year ahead, and then when your females are ready, you catch up or surpass me.
You never know.
It's back and forth, man. But if you're sitting and doing this to try to compete with everyone, your fucking mindset's in the wrong place.
100%.
It's all about mindset. You know, of how you treat your customers, how you produce, how you breed, where you want to go, where you feel comfortable.
Longevity.
Too many people listen to too many other people's bullshit, and you know what? It's wrong. You know, it is, and I'm not afraid to say it. Like,
no, you shouldn't be afraid because you're just looking out for people. Like,
I am, and I don't have anything to
out.
gain. Like, if you guys, I'm giving people advice to make them do better. Am I afraid that they're going to surpass me? Fuck no. If they do, fucking high five. Because I help them do that, and they're going to fucking remember that.
Brian Barczyk said it best than I've ever heard it. Somebody else's win is not your loss. Just because someone else is winning doesn't mean you're losing. Like, hello, you don't have to get upset about it. Like, good for them, bro. Like, hello, clap it up.
If I can get these Patreon people, okay, successful, buying, learning, feeding, anything to do with my expertise, with people on our Discord giving other advice and their opinions and shit, where it's not conflicting each other. It's, I do it this way. Oh, cool. I do it this way. Oh, awesome. A lot of people are just like, well, what is your results? And they're talking about it and making decisions. It's not like, oh, you do it that way, you're an idiot. Oh, you shouldn't do this. It's so fucking stupid how social media is bashing. Like, wow. But if I can have people come to a platform, learn from myself and other people, like-minded people, without the drama, and learn and do well, I've made something or a platform that has taken a whole bunch of nonsense into one place, and it's there to help people. And if I can do that, holy shit, I would love to see someone in 10 years going, hey, man, I'm bigger than all of you motherfuckers. Holy shit, thanks to you, Billy. And I wouldn't have known if it wasn't for you and this guy and this guy and this guy. You think I'm going to shit on the guy? Holy fuck.
What do they say?
I'll be buying from him. I'll probably be one of his best customers.
What's the saying that goes? The saying is that everything that goes up must come down. So you may have made it to the top one day, but eventually you're going to come down. And
hell no. I'm still going to the top, bro. I don't know yet. That's shitty motivation.
Okay, well, you're just going to stay at the top forever.
Hey, I'm not building this to come down. I'm building
never coming down. Billy's never coming down.
He's going to be 90 years old and still like with his cane gritting snakes.
What type of advice is that?
No, you missed my point.
Reach the top and then you're going to crumble and
fall. That wasn't my
down.
point. You missed the point. The point what I was saying is that eventually if somebody does surpass you, you can still clap your hands and say, I helped them get there, is what I was trying to say.
You know what? Here's the thing. I'm not going to make people on Patreon or people that I've helped in the past, I'm not going to bring them up and say, oh, I'm the guy that helped them to do that. They're going to do that and know that for me. I'm not doing this to make people do well and then brag about it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're going to do the bragging for me because they're happy that I helped them get there. You know what I mean? I'm happy in my own, stewing in my own glory with the amazing shit I make. You know what I mean? I don't need pats on the fucking back. I don't.
I do want to say this, like, and I will mention this because, like I said, the way kind of you got mentored with Billy, I'm still kind of like, you know, with me and Miguel, like every time this guy does something crazy, which he is every fucking time, there's either a new raptor he's getting or a new fucking collab he does with the celebrity. You like it makes the hair stand up on my arms. Like it gets me so excited. And this guy, he's in Palmdale. We don't hang out every day or anything close to that. But every time he has a win, I feel like it's my win too. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, that's awesome.
I feel like it's like I'm winning too because how much I look up to him and like I just know I've been looking up to the right person this whole time, and it's kind of like the same position that you've been in. But dude, yes, nobody's loss should ever, or nobody's win should ever affect you in a negative way. It shouldn't. That's something where you should kind of get yourself checked out. Like
it's just so many people think that way, and it's sad.
Well, here's the thing, right? If somebody can learn and in 10 years get to my level or Justin's or bigger, it's because they fucking worked their fucking ass off and they deserve to be there. You know what I mean? It's not easy to get where we are and stay where we are and do what we do. And if you do it, fucking amazing, because you fucking earned it.
100%.
No one.
Can anybody say that Justin doesn't deserve the success that he has?
People that do put in the fucking work, they do what they need to do. They learn, they focus, they have the right mindset. If they can surpass me and get that, fucking bravo, because they fucking deserve it. And anybody can do this, but you got to put in the work. You got to invest. You know, you got to have that mindset, that mentality. You got to put in the time.
That's the hardest thing for it was, at least for me, that was the hardest hurdle for me, was the investment part. I was so afraid to spend the money at first. And I think I share, a lot of people probably share that same mindset. Like it's tough, Mike, you know, when you walk into the unknown and you're facing an uphill battle with thousands of dollars, it really is scary. And it was for me. And, you know, you were one of the guys that said, dude, like invest, you got to do it. That's what you need to do. And everybody else said the same thing. And eventually I just pulled the trigger and, you know, I think that everybody that's new, that's probably in the chat, they probably relate to it as well. I mean,
quick question, Jordan.
Yeah.
Did I ever give one bad piece of information to you when we were close or when we were not close?
Good question.
I'm just asking for real.
As a matter of perspective, probably not. But what I will say is, even if your advice is, at least in your mind or my mind, is the best, there's nothing wrong with people also checking out and asking others. There's whenever you're facing a mountain of spending thousands of dollars or doing something and you don't know what you're doing, there's nothing wrong with getting multiple people's advice. Yep. And at the end of the day, looking at all of them and making your own decision.
100%. I had somebody ask me today, just a simple question, how I did it. And I told them, and they're like, wow, thanks. You know, I'll follow that. And I'm like, well, why don't you do this? Why don't you go on our Patreon, on the Discord and put it in the thing? And I guarantee you're going to get 20 or 30 other different methods. Figure it out, because do what works for you.
Yep. But there's nothing wrong with that.
You know what? There's nothing. You
I encourage that
person. Take my advice, right? You know, I don't want people just saying, oh, Billy does this, I'm going to do it. Oh, I'm breeding this because Billy told me to do it. I don't want a bunch of people just following me. I want to teach people to follow your own path, do what you want to do. And that's why Patreon to me in the higher levels, they talk to me. I see their collection. I ask them what they want to do. What's their budget? Where they want to go? And with all my knowledge and what I can do is I help them achieve that or go their route, not mine. Right. And I encourage people, like you said, try this bedding, try that bedding, try paper.
Try it all.
I fucking love paper, especially here in Canada. I mean, I love paper. The problem is having 1,800 animals. It's fuck shit, man. Like the work is crazy.
Yeah.
You know, so hey, man, I went to Coco and we're not looking back, but you know, try things out, get other people's opinions, make your own. You know.
Wait. So you ditched paper for Coco? Did you?
I've had Coco. I mean, paper for almost 5 years. And then after about 1,200 animals, when we're working like, you know, 40 hours a week, just changing tubs, you know, it was nuts. And I had no choice because, you know, no matter what, you know, with you running 1,000 to 1,200 animals, every day you come in, it's going to smell like pee because there's going to be 100 urinating.
Oh, there's the paper. Yeah.
And the amount of time and the amount of work. If the reptile wards, Nick and Chris are in here, we'd come in at Wednesdays and work from like 5 o'clock until 10, 11 o'clock at night. We'd come in Saturdays and Sundays. I had it was just fucking clean. It was just nuts.
I remember those days.
Bro, that's why my
We
room
would have like bins of 100 tubs stacked high, and we would all be in there on a Sunday for 6 hours. Just spraying and cleaning tubs, and it was
fucking
like
production line, man. Like spray, clean, scrape.
One guy spraying, one guy wiping, one guy drying.
The scraping. The very start, the scraper with the spoon. The urates out of the
spoon. Yeah, dude, I learned the spoon, bro. You're like fucking, you know, I use a spoon. I remember I saw a video where you showed the spoon as your scraper on
Yep.
You still use a spoon?
Yeah, man.
I do. Yeah,
I use a spoon and it's
right here.
Oh shit. Jordan's all clean. He cleans it after every fucking. He's like, oh yeah.
I'm a little too anal. Everybody always tells me I'm too anal.
We know.
You know what? There's a new slogan for you. Here at JP Reptiles, we're anal.
Yeah. JP Reptiles, where we take anal seriously.
Oh my god! What kind of podcast is this?
Hey, you signed up for it. We all know every time we're on a podcast, we're all up for blasting.
I swear to God, my snakes, they're in better conditions than what I personally live in. Like they're just like.
You're right. You know, it's like shit. Sometimes I'm so busy I don't even take time to eat. They fucking get fed. Like, you know what I mean?
Billy used to yell at me in his shop. He's like, dude, stop opening the damn tubs of your snakes. They want to be left alone because I'm opening them every hour checking for a shit.
Yeah, it was crazy.
Wow, bro.
I yelled at you a lot, but I yelled at you for the right reasons.
I bet you camp up in front of a bin that's like has this 30-day pre-lay shed. And I bet you just sit there every fucking look at every hour.
Okay. Can I admit something to you guys without laughing?
No, please tell us.
No. You know what? Leave Henry out of here.
Admit it.
I kid you not. The first clutch that laid last year, there was the very first clutch, my first ever. I put it in the incubator. I turned off the lights in my snake room and I sat on the floor and stared at my incubator for like an hour. I was like, my mind was blown. I was like,
honestly, I don't want to be gay, but that's probably the cutest thing I've ever heard in my entire life.
It was surreal to me. I didn't know, I didn't know where I was. I was like, did this really just happen? Like, that's how crazy cool it was.
You're such a kid, bro. I cannot believe that.
Oh, but that's the thing. When you have fun,
I can see. Can't you see Jordan with his legs crossed with Coco in his hand? He's like, "Mom, this is the coolest thing ever!" Like I can just see the excitement, bro. Like honestly, dude, that's why I say you're so harmless.
Dude, I relived that experience over and over again. It was unlike anything I've ever experienced before, and it was pathetic.
You're too awesome, JP.
Bravo for you sharing that, man. It takes a real.
That's okay. That's okay.
I wouldn't admit that.
I'm comfortable with my sexuality to admit a story like that. All right.
Yeah.
I can't believe I just called you cute. That's crazy. I'm definitely gonna get judged for that, and I don't give a shit. That just shows how much I actually love you, JP. Come on.
But yeah, Billy was like always like, dude, just stop. Like I was in his shop for like 3 hours, and every hour
I was yelling at you all the time, man.
I'd open my tub every hour, like, oh, is there a poo? Is there a poo? Like I gotta clean it. I wanted my snakes to be clean, like glistening. It was ridiculous.
It was ridiculous. Still is ridiculous. I'm telling you.
So that being ridiculous, JP, let's talk about the biggest takeaway you took from Billy. So out of the whole time of getting to hang out with Billy, you know, and it were good or bad, even though I know it'll be good, but just tell me what your biggest takeaway was. Like, what is one thing that you just will never forget that you learned from Billy?
Don't get on his bad side.
Well, we're on a roll right now. Hopefully, you know, if he has to tell us something bad.
No, I mean, be honest. I mean, you know what I mean? There's quite a bit, but there's some. We had some funny times there too.
That's what I'm saying.
Honestly, it's a really tough question.
Yeah, it is. I didn't even expect that one. Look at you, MJ, nailing fucking questions out of the park.
You know,
I will say honestly, he really did help me over that initial hurdle of the spending the money part, because that's the scariest part. And just having the ability to be in his facility for as long as I was, and seeing the amount of people coming in and coming out, the amount of transactions going through, the amount of deals going through, and how much fun it was. It really put my mind at ease. And it's like, you know, whether it's 10 grand, 5 grand, $100, doesn't matter. You know, I never went home at night thinking that I made a bad decision. Like me spending this or doing this was bad. You really helped me get over that initial hurdle. And I think that's the hardest hurdle. Like I said, I'll say it again. It's the hardest hurdle for everybody who is not involved, who wants to get involved. It's a tough sell to, especially people around you that don't understand reptiles or the market. Imagine going to like somebody who has no clue and saying, my dad still doesn't understand. He thinks I'm absolutely crazy. Like he thinks I'm way out of left field. Like, what's wrong with you? Did you get dropped as a kid? Like he's old-fashioned Italian. I mean, you try to explain an old-fashioned Italian man off the boat. Like I'm breeding snakes.
My excuse when somebody says that is yes, actually. My mom told me when I was 2.
Yeah. So he helped me get over that hurdle and just made me feel more confident. It's the confidence in the beginning is whether it doesn't matter what you're spending on, whether it's an expensive piece of furniture, a new car, like how many options are out there. It's hard to have the confidence, but the facility, the setting, the amount of people, and that whole experience, it really was. And then of course, he put on such a great show. I mean, the CRB that year, 2018. Remember the first CRB in 2018? You did the contest?
Yep.
Everybody came up, you know, Justin's, the Aussie, everybody. It was like Cusco, Miguel. Like that was just a blast.
It's great. I mean, we flew Gavin in from,
UK.
What's that?
Balls
No, not that. That was South
Africa.
South Africa.
Oh,
Yeah.
South Africa. Oh, okay, got you.
Yeah, and then that's where I got to meet Lord of Lion as well. I mean, it was just great, and everybody hanging around, talking and learning from each other and vlogging. It was just.
I still have all those pictures inside your facility with everybody. Brittany Gobble was there too.
Yeah,
and her husband.
It was awesome. Johnny and Brittany came up, and it was great. We had so many people come up, and even last year we had a bunch of people come up from the U.S. and hang out. You know, Reggie from Reggie's Urban Jungle. We had a whole bunch of people come up.
Sick ass invite.
Awesome, man. I mean, what's that?
I said sick ass invite. I didn't even hear about it.
So
I'll say that's the biggest thing I took away from it. I would say that
it is a tough hurdle. You're right, and the thing is, there's
everybody works so hard for their money. You know what I mean? It's so hard to spend it. Everybody works hard. A lot of people, like there's probably guys in the chat right now that work construction. Like me as a sales guy sitting behind a desk all day talking to customers, that's not a hard job. There's guys out there.
Mentally, it gets tough in the sales.
There's nothing like hard labor, like the mechanics, the construction guys working 12 hours a day, trying to put food on their tables, saving up some money. It's a really challenging thing to get over.
The back subs for sure.
Those are real workers. You know, the healthcare workers that are on shift work. One day you're doing nights, next day you're back on days. Your schedule's all screwed up. Those people deserve a lot more credit for the amount of work they do.
I always wanted to own a tow company, fucking, because think about the money these motherfuckers make, bro. Oh, another car to tow?
Are you kidding me? I just see them on the side of the street sleeping all the time.
Dude, all I know is I knew somebody who went into the tow truck business game and he's fucking making super mad money. So I'm just like, well, I mean, think about
but people work hard for their money, and people want to know that they're spending their money on the right things. And that's the hardest thing to get over is this the right thing to do?
It's great to spend money if you spend it and invest it in the right stuff when you are ready.
Right place, right time.
Spend money and fucking go nowhere with it. You got to be focused. You got to know what you're doing. But one thing I can say, you'll never make money by saving money.
Correct.
Nothing wrong with saving money. You can save money and wait for that animal to come down to a cheap price. But if you spend money and buy it, you're going to be making money and you're going to be selling to those guys that waited. You'll never make money saving money. I can guarantee you that.
Yeah,
it's money saving it. You got to spend it to make it. It's like in every single business.
You ever talk to somebody who does gambling for like almost a profession, like people who play?
I did it semi-professionally for about 7-8 years.
And how much money did you invest in that? In order to win a lot, you have to fucking put in a lot, like almost like scary shit.
I did thing. I used to go up and down. I used to play poker quite a bit. And I'd go in and I'd lose, 20, 30,000 a night. And then I'd come out and I'd win 60, 70 one night. And,
but what I'm saying, Billy, were you playing slot machines? Were you playing quarters?
That's just yeah.
You took big steps.
You have to take big steps on that. But, playing poker, it's luck. It's not. You have skill and you have luck. And you know what? You can't beat, skill can't beat luck, man. It's
poker broke me, dude. I played poker for back when there's party poker online, you could make money legitimately online.
Yeah, I used to be on all of those. Party poker.
I thought it was sick. I thought it was sick until I went to the big boys table. I actually started spending some big money in poker, and I just couldn't take the losses, bro.
It's tough, man.
I didn't know what to do, and I remember I was like 20 years old. I went to my grandma one time, and she told me to fuck off so bad when she found out how I lost the money. And my grandma used to always because I'm the first grandson. She used to always put money in my pocket. But when she found I lost money in poker, she stopped right then and there. I wish I would have never even mentioned how I lost money.
You ever play any WPT events?
No, I mean, back in the day,
it's so cool, and you're subbing in celebrities, and it's such a cool thing, man. I used to
watch it on TV, bro. Like it used to be so a part of fucking poker and gambling, but how much money I lost and how much it damaged me at that time. I said, fuck gambling. And gambling ruined my mom's life. So, and it just ruined like some shit that happened. It's
sick because, you know what I mean? I got that personality where I don't want to fail. I don't want to lose. So I know I have the skill, and I know it can't lose.
You know what's funny about the story is, because we had, I don't want to say significant, but we had a good chunk of change on hand, just sitting in accounts, doing nothing. And today I'm pretty cash poor.
Aren't we all?
I'm pretty cash poor now. But what I can say is I've never been any happier in my life than I am today.
Awesome.
Right.
My bank accounts are not stacked anymore because I've invested everything I have into this. But every day I wake up, I see my animals, I interact with them, I interact with the people in the community, the shows, the traveling. I've never been happier ever.
JP, good point, JP. How fulfilling do you feel right now?
I just feel, because you know what? It's like when you got to realize the money in your account is just a bunch of numbers on an app. It's just a random set of numbers. It doesn't mean anything. It's artificial. Money is artificial, right? But this is something that you wake up to every day, you interact with, and you have fun doing it. It's life. It's life. I've never been any happier, and I'll just tell everybody that's on the fence right now. If you're on the fence about investing, Billy, can you name a time in your life where you were happier than what you are today? I mean, with the snakes.
It's been a passion of mine forever, and I've showed that, and I've been here, and it's so fulfilling because I can tell my story to people, and if you can't, and that's what I said, like I don't feel bad for these people that get into it and they don't listen to people, or they do it on their own and they're in and out as fast as they come. You know what? It's because you're not doing it right. You're not listening. You don't have that passion, because I failed for 6 to 7 fucking years. And when I say failed, didn't breed, slugged out, animals died, spent 3 years, found out that I was raising a fucking male, not a female. Those hets that I bought, like, suffered.
So just that statement alone is even more reason to have confidence in getting into the market, because people like you, the Justins, the Aussies, you guys have all this knowledge of all the ways you did fail. And us, people like me that are coming in today, we can just skip the line and not make those mistakes, which means our investments are even safer.
It's easier. Exactly.
Easier, because you guys have made all those mistakes that
I have.
Wow, JP's nailing all these crazy points. Dude, JP's giving props right now.
It's true. It just, like, imagine 10 years, 15 years ago when the first pieds, the peak call stuff, and guys dropping $100,000 on one snake, how so volatile that was. Today, the market is stable. We have guys in the business for 20 years who dealt with the worst importers, dealt with the wrong guys, dealt with the wrong genes, had all the bad experiences, and they can bring all this knowledge onto us so that now when we are spending our cash today, we don't make any of those mistakes. And
that's what we want. I mean, I'm trying to. It's funny because I get a lot of one-on-one conversations, especially with Patreon. People are, calling me up, and I speak to them for an hour or so. And what they get from me, they're like, you know what? I didn't even see it that way. Wow, I was going about it all wrong. There's so many things to what we can do and where you want to go. Everyone's got a simple mindset. They don't understand that it's much bigger. Everyone's just got these blinders on, going for a straight line, where there's so much more to add. And I'm still learning, and I'm doing amazing, and I'm still learning.
But wouldn't you agree that the setting for us today is a lot, it's more forgiving than when you guys got into it 20 years ago?
If you were back even 10 years ago, 15 years ago, and someone said, hey, you would say there's no way, the market, the way everybody's interacting over social media.
We have more of an advantage.
From Europe. I'm buying animals. I'm selling animals all over the world. What the fuck? What the hell? It's crazy.
Yeah, we have it so much easier in that sense than what you guys had it way back when there was no social media, no forums, no distribution, none of that stuff.
Not only that, the community wasn't a community. We called it a community, but it was just like fucking everyone for themselves. And if you had a good friend, it was you against fucking everyone else. It was shitty.
Wild West.
It was shitty back then. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it was just people got taken advantage of. Nobody got advice. If you got advice, it was to fucking ruin you. And it was just.
So would you agree it's easier today to do well than it was 10 years ago?
Oh my God. I can't see, if people take all the knowledge that's out there with the way the systems are and the everything at your disposal, especially taking the pictures with quality phones now, the lighting, the people that are giving you tips on how to take pictures, the way you can market yourself, social media. Everybody knew who the hell you were before you produced the fucking snake. So when you produced it, they flew out because you put the work in.
Yeah.
When I was trying to sell snake, I had a Jesus, you had to go.
Classifieds in the paper?
Fuck, pretty much, man. It was crazy. Like,
I heard back, we had somebody on at Unfiltered Reptiles podcast, and they said that they used to mail pictures.
Yep.
That there was a time and point where you
print them off on pieces of paper with
yes.
the genetics, and we used to send them.
Yes, dude.
Here, okay, I'm gonna drop this bomb again. I did it last time, and you went fucking ape shit.
Drop
remember?
it.
You don't remember. So I want people gonna. I mean, if Will's on here, some old school people.
He's right here.
There he is.
There he is.
There, look at this slogan. There you go, Will. So without Will commenting, say 15, 16 years ago, how much do you think we would sell female normals for, breeding size normals? Any idea?
Oh, I remember. Am I going to drop that? Do you want me to say?
No.
Okay, I remember.
You can't even sell those today. Nobody wants them. Today, nobody wants them.
No, I wouldn't say nobody, but
no.
I mean,
But like, think about how much.
Back in the day, before like pastels and shit were $25K, just a normal breeder female, a normal, no het, no nothing, just a fucking normal, $1 a gram.
Think about it.
Yep, $1 a gram. So when you went, somebody Novi's Reptiles. So did their homework. They know. So we would actually go, and someone's like, "Hey, how much are they?" I would put it on the scale, 2,632 grams. You know what? Give me 2,500 for a normal breeder.
Wow.
And what happens is I got fucked on a lot of them. They would feed it like 2 mediums, put it on the scale. Oh shit, 3,600. Great. You pay them 3,500 because you got a deal.
Oh no.
It's shit and it's 2,900. you just got fucked for $600 because it shitted out.
You know what?
Crazy. That's how I grew up through this, man. It was nuts. Spending $2,000-$3,000 on a fucking normal breeder female to breed to your other normal.
Oh my God.
Nuts. Yeah. And I got a pastel at 6K, and I was like, oh my God, I'm in the fucking big leagues. You know, shit, it was crazy.
Now, how crazy is it that, you know, for instance, Jordan's saying that nobody wants normals. Now you have normals, right, Billy?
I have one. I have one normal het clown.
You have one. You have how many?
I've got a few. So some I think have something else going on. Some of the reasons I have one that spits out, 12 to 13 eggs. So I'll put 4 or 5 gene confusion animal to it, and I got one of my normals. She laid 13 eggs last year. I got her paired to my Mojave, Cryptic, Ultramel, Caramel. So everything's going to come out of 12 eggs or 13 eggs. Mojave or normal, triple hets. Shit, that clutch alone, even though she's a $200, $300 female, that clutch alone is going to be $15,000 to $20,000 probably.
The advice that I got was every breeder should have a couple of breeding female normals, because there might be a new gene or something that comes out, and you don't want to waste a quality female on proving something out. So you have the normals to do that with, so you're not taking away a potentially good clutch that may not turn out to be anything desirable.
Yeah, there's so many uses, right? I mean,
so I held back one, and if I hit another one this year, I might hold back a second one for that reason.
See, honestly, Billy, this is why I really respect where Jordan's at, because Jordan, you've been in this game for how long now? We're like legitimately breeding for.
It's my second year breeding, yeah.
Do you see how advanced he is with this, with his mindset? You know,
you know why? Because he's putting in the work. He's learning. I mean, everything he's done, he's like that. Like he said, he said that when I get into something, I want to, dig deep and push the limits. And I want to get into vlogging. He comes back with some fucking $6,000 computer, $5,000 fucking I want to vlog. I'm going to start vlogging, and he goes drops like $10,000, $12,000. He's never done it before.
Hey Jordan, how long,
man?
Jordan, how long did you spend on your first video that you made?
Oh my God. It takes me 3 hours just to get a 30-second intro. Because I don't like the way I sound, or, it's not the right angle. And Billy's just, talking about, hey, and I'm just like trying to be perfect. And it's hard. It's tough the first couple of videos. And even right now today, I still, it's not easy. You either have the personality or you don't. You know what I mean? My mindset is I work on the things that I know I'm good at. I don't try to invest all my time in the things I know I'm not good at.
But I will say, there's the personality thing. I guess you do have a point, but there's people out there who I could tell don't have the personality, but they're still putting it out there, and it's making their personality get developed. Like it's
exactly. Brian wasn't as good as he is today, like 10 years ago. He developed it over years.
A lot of people, like you hear, if you go to, like, I don't want to say Miguel was goofy in the beginning, but if you go to Miguel's very first videos, like it wasn't the same as it was now. It developed, like, you know what I mean? Like people will just become a natural after being in front of the camera so much. And even you, Jordan, like think about the very first time you put content out to now you're doing Instagram lives. and people love your lives. Like, you know, that's content. Like, that's still, that's even worse than editing, because there's no time to fucking edit
That's
anything.
the problem with these live streams and stuff and these podcasts, is if you make a mistake, you can't go back on it, right?
But I'm fucking human. I make mistakes all the time, man.
Yeah. If you have, dude, if you have Billy's mentality, you don't need to edit shit all the way through.
Why? You know what? Fucking raw and real, man.
It's so true.
Raw and real, man. That's how it is. You know what? I fuck up. Oh well, you fuck up too. I just admit it. Like, I show it. I'm not embarrassed.
And my advice to people is
mistakes. I'm not embarrassed to show. Oh, this clutch fucked up. This animal didn't do what it's got to do. Oh, this animal came out kinked. Oh, I got to do this. I got to do that. It's just, I put out what's going to happen to you guys. You know what I mean? Because if everything's so fucking magical and fucking YouTube land on videos, and someone comes up, it's like, oh, what do I do with this animal? Oh, no one's ever had this. You know how many people used to message me? Hi, I have a very rare, you know, something really happened. I don't know what to do. I've never seen it before. And Biblicus is fucking, you know, not attached to the egg. Like, oh, here, do this. How do you know how to do that? Because it happens like fucking every fucking 15 clutches. Like, it happens. You got to be real for people. Don't fucking.
And that's my advice to everybody.
Pythons is such a great. Everything's perfect. Just spend your money and fucking you're set sailing. It's fucking bullshit. You got to grind. You got to do what you got to do. You got to learn. I'm learning. Here's something great. I've been doing this for 18 years. I have a fucking egg I cut. Oh my God, I'm all excited. I hit a monsoon special leopard. Fucking thing's awesome. There was a green yolk sac. I've never seen one before.
I remember that.
Yeah, I never seen a green yolk sac before in fucking 2, 3, 4,000 eggs I've cut. I'm looking at it. Oh, it looks fine. It's moving. It was the first one out of the egg. It fucking died. Someone's like, oh, because it got some infection in it and bacteria. And then what does the snake do? It absorbs the yolk. It poisoned itself. If I fucking knew that, I would have cut off the umbilicus, tied it off. I would have saved it. I didn't know.
Yeah.
$30,000-$40,000 animal. I learned a fucking lesson, and now I'm sharing it with people. I could have hid that animal and say, oh, it's fine. I don't want to show it off because I don't want to stress it out. It fucking died. You know what?
Billy gave zero fucks.
Now I know.
You shared that.
Of course I did. You know, when I find shit out, like black pastel and cinnamon and with enchi are fucking allelic.
And that brings back to like the social media thing that I wanted to say, just my advice to people. And I made the mistake. You know, you remember, Billy, when you were getting messages from people saying, who the heck is this new guy making these educational videos? Like,
oh, dude,
you remember?
How to be a ball python breeder. Tell us.
Okay.
Who was the guy fucking screaming at you more than everybody?
Billy was. But let me tell you the story.
On him. Like, don't teach people shit you've never done. And I hated that.
But here's the backstory.
Your intentions were good.
Here's the backstory
Too soon.
No, listen. The backstory to that was back to my point about my advice to people with social media is what happened was I met Brian at the CRB and his videos were like, I always woke up every day and said, I want to vlog like that. And in the beginning, I was trying to focus too much on trying to be something.
Oh, sorry.
No, I was trying to focus on being something that I'm not. And I was trying to create vlogs using someone else's style. And that makes it more challenging because if you're trying to be something you're not, it makes the video process harder. It makes it less organic, and you might make those bad mistakes. So my advice to people now is, and my philosophy is, try to have your own personality, your own, do the videos that makes you feel comfortable. Just because it's not the way Brian or Miguel or Billy does it, doesn't mean that it's wrong. It's adopt your own way. And that was the mistake that I made in the beginning. I was trying too much to be like someone else instead of being myself.
Yeah. And now everyone knows you for who you are. Everyone knows Jordan's personality. Little shithead, but we all love you, dude. You're fucking, you put in your time. You put in your work. You know what's the biggest thing is, for the most part, everyone knows that Jordan took his licks. As far as the doubts, whatever people had.
I took it. I have actually had, I'm not going to say names, but probably one of the two most well-known breeders in the entire business.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's as close of a hint I'll give it. But I've been told that nobody has seen someone in recent times take the amount of licking that I did, if that's the way you want to put it.
I saw, dude. Yeah, honestly, I was very impressed. And honestly, you even took a licking when you went to go hang out with Miguel.
Hey,
You hung
that was more than a licking, man. I mean,
that was his little crew because people were like, oh, well, look how they're treating him, but they don't understand that that's how they all fuck with each other.
You're
like,
just having fun. Like at the end of the day.
Yeah, and you had fun. You still
I had a
fun.
blast that weekend, man. We did Harrison tell we had 8 guys in a Corolla. We had Harrison with his legs facing Will's face. Like literally Harrison's genitalia was in Will's face.
We know
we're going over bumps and Harrison was bouncing on him.
So tiny.
Yeah, it was the funniest.
Harrison could have just fucking went in his pocket and it would have been fine. But
you can get anybody in the trunk?
No.
See, that's where I would have went.
Oh man, we just had a good time.
You have the extra room. You don't have to sit there and
control the breathing. You're good.
Yeah. But we just had a really good time, and that's what the shows are all about, man. It's you rip on each other. I mean, nobody rips on anybody like what's Jared? Oh my God, that guy takes it. But he takes it, man. But
man, he gets bro. He takes it so hard where you almost want to fucking defend him, but then as soon as you defend him, then you realize, okay, never mind. Go fuck yourself, and you just let him get demolished. And it's like, okay, you know what I mean? Like, you have to be there, Billy. It's nuts.
But everybody has fun, and you know that's what it's all about. Yeah,
it's keeping it moving.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Which this is why we're here now, and like I said, I mean, I didn't want this podcast for people who've been asking me, oh, do Jordan and Billy get along? That to be settled. It was more because think about the knowledge that you guys are able to share because of the journey you guys have continued. Like you guys started on this journey, bachelor'd on your own way, and Billy, your Patreon page, which we're about to get into a little bit. I have questions on that, right? You have. I mean, let's be honest, JP. Do you see a big ass fucking momentum going for Billy right now due to this Patreon page?
I'm right on board. I'm helping him with the Discord stuff. Like I brought in a guy that I know who does developer stuff for Discord. You know, we're getting on because I believe in that whole Discord thing too. And then if I can contribute any of my knowledge in any way, because I'm like that, pretty techie and I understand this kind of stuff. I'm on board. Like it's all about, just because it's not your thing doesn't mean you can't help the person develop it. Because if you help them, it pays dividends to you later on as well. And that's the mindset everybody should have is everybody brings something to the table. Not everybody is professional at everything.
Yeah. And don't think like Patreon is for people to come see extra content, get the seed behind the scenes,
right.
Be more. I've got a lot of content coming out that's more, for the certain tiers. Lord of Lions doing a whole series on editing and how to grow YouTube and how to make videos. And he's got that. And Austin's teaching about genes and what to look for. I'm going to get into a lot of other stuff in the higher tiers. We've always got a lot of stuff coming out. But with Discord, it's a platform where it's not all about, hey, Billy this, Billy that, Billy said this. Most of the thing that's on there is everyone else sharing. Everyone's got all their contact info. There's people that are shouting out their, hey, look at my new video that I just uploaded. It's sharing everybody's content. It's helping other people. Like I said on one of my lives on Patreon, hey, Billy, how about breeding rats? What can I do about rats? I can't fucking tell you shit. I can tell you how to buy them and how to feed them to your snakes. I don't know how to breed. I don't know how to set it up. I don't know what to do and how to grow colonies and what to pull, when to pull, what to feed. But there's a whole
somebody? You know somebody who knows?
Well, on Discord, there's a whole forum, and the rat forum is probably the busiest forum ever.
There you go. Shoot him the link.
People are going there and learning. So I can't help you, but I can send it to my chat. And everyone else there that has experience can help you, and other people are doing it and learning new ways. Some people are like, holy shit, I never knew you existed. You're only 45 minutes from me. They're connecting. It's a place for us, not a place to go get more fucking Billy. You join Patreon and you can see more of us and the way we are. You're going to learn some stuff. I've got, the discounts that we're giving, the atmosphere. We got a lot of stuff to do. Like, I mean, it's not hard I mean, it's hard for us to come up with content, be on top of it, run the collection. I've got people coming in to help me with a lot of stuff. Jordan's come aboard and introduced me to the guy in Australia. So he's working away and everybody's ideas. People are saying, hey, can we do this? Can we do that? We're building this together. And it's a place where people are coming, like-minded, that are doing things different ways, that aren't shitting on each other. And we're learning. And people ask a question and 30 people are there to help them. It's fucking amazing.
Patreon's bringing people together.
Yeah.
It's insane.
This dude just said he got like 40 subs ever since baiting off Patreon.
100%. Like, I love giving out shout outs. I always will. Okay.
I would do more too. Like, I tell everybody, just all you got to do is message me and say, hey, would you mind giving me a shout out? I'd be like, no problems, man.
Hey,
like,
man. Yeah, awesome.
Billy,
I watched one of his YouTube videos, and here's the thing. I don't even know so many people exist because I'm so fucking busy doing my thing. I flip through my checking my own, saying, hey, did I hit 5,000 views already? And I looked and I'm like, oh, featured thing. Oh, Shane Kelly. I know this guy. I have a sticker on my ceiling. I watch it. Fucking amazing video. And I'm like, holy shit, this was awesome. First time clutch, cutting with scissors, fucking superstar, looked like a champ. This guy's only got, 600 or 700 fucking followers? What the fuck? I love this guy. This guy's awesome. I only watched one video. I want to watch more. Fucking blast him. He's over 1,000 in a week or less. You know,
I want to do something with Instagram. Like I want to do something with Instagram where people, I'm going to designate one day where I pick someone to shout out on my actual, not just my story, but my actual feed. I'll give you an example. I posted a couple of snakes from Mark Mandick's place on my feed a couple of months ago. It got over 150,000 views, and he sold both those snakes in 24 hours of it going live. So I want to do something like that for the community as well. If you got a great snake you just hatched, you want to send me a little 10-second clip of it, I'll shout you out. I'll put it on my feed. It might get 50,000 views. Maybe you'll sell it. Maybe you'll do really well. Like we're all here to help each other, because if we help other people do better, then they're going to spend more money on people like the Justins, like the me, the you, and everybody else, and it's going to go around.
Hey, Jordan, how much does it cost? How much does it cost you to share someone's accomplishment or something? How long?
$0. Actually, I benefit from it because it's more content for me. You know what I mean? Like, instead of,
it's always about you.
No, but what I'm saying, no, you're missing the point. The point
it's
what I'm saying is,
for you, for him, guy.
It works both ways. It's a symbiotic relationship.
100%.
Okay, look that up.
But here's the thing.
If somebody sends me their content to post, that'll help them get more exposure, but it's also more content for me. So it helps both. It's not one-sided. Sure. It benefits both of us.
Yeah, I guarantee. Yeah, and to me, I don't have to shout out anybody. But you know what? One reason why I do it is because, one, I love my stickers. Like, I think I like my sticker. You know, they joke. Austin's like, I think Billy likes his stickers more than a snake sometimes. I fucking place them. I try to get the different colors. I fucking love them. It's something that's cool. It's new for me.
And here you are harping on me for cleaning my bins too much, and you're up there moving stickers around every 5 seconds.
Man, I'm a fucking sticker girl, man. It's all big fun of it.
I used to hate hard on stickers, and I would still see Billy posting stories of posts and putting them. I'm like, all right, I'm just
fucking right, man. I love my sticker.
You still put them up because listen, and Billy. Okay, look, Billy. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Are you super concerned about your following on Instagram? Like, do you strategically? Am I speaking right? Strategically.
Yeah, dude, I fuck up all the time. Yeah.
But listen, I know because I'm super lit. Because this is a crazy. By the way, this is one of the craziest podcasts I've ever done. Thank you. By the way, we just went down to 95, but we were at 105 fucking viewers.
Really?
That's the biggest this podcast has ever gotten. So I've been drinking heavily. I'm just like, what the fuck is going on? This is nuts. But of course, Billy and JP would be the ones that bring this shit to the table. But what I'm trying to say, Billy Rowe, the man, are you really concerned about your following on Instagram? Are you trying to build it up daily? Like, is it something where you're like,
Jordan's is trying to give me tips. You know, your videos are too long for, you got to post and you got to do it like this to give them more. Make more videos. It should be in this theory and the algorithm this and the algorithm that. You got to post it this time, this. What have I always said, Jordan?
I post when I want, how the fuck I want, and I don't care about anybody else.
I post on YouTube when I want. If I make a fucking 3-hour video and no one wants to watch it, I don't give a fuck. I don't. Like Instagram. Oh, you got to do this and you got to post this many times. I understand it, but I'm already at 40,000. I don't give a fuck. I'm already 40,000 is an accomplishment already. I'm not trying to fucking. That's not my goal, right?
Yeah.
I mean, once I hit 10,000, that's all I wanted. 10,000. It's grown naturally. I do what I want when I want. How long I post. I do. Other people getting to 10,000. Jordan's a great person to talk to about building and how the algorithms work to get to 10,000. And I'm going to actually have him on Patreon with me on a podcast, a live stream like this with concentrated information just on how to build social media and how.
The problem is so the last person I talked to, it was almost a 3-hour phone call because it's so intricate and there's so many things to grow Instagram. But it's like you tell people the strategy and then it's like they don't implement it. They don't, because they realize it's a lot of work. So you can tell somebody how to do it, but you really have to be committed to doing the strategies to see the results.
Right.
But don't you love when you put all that time into people and you give them all that info and you give them all the wisdom and all they got to do is implement it, and guess what happens?
Results.
Nothing. Yeah, but they do nothing with it.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah, right. That's
that's why Patreon. Okay, you know what? Do you know how many people I've been on the phone with for hours and hours and hours and hours? Give them everything. And 6 months later, they've done nothing. Why did I waste my fucking my time?
Yeah, that's
I want to help you. But if you're not helping yourself, why the fuck am I helping you? People that come to Patreon are paying to learn and to be a part of something and supporting me and you know what I mean? They're getting something out of it. But those people that are paying, they're there for a reason because they want to fucking learn. They want to put in the time. They want to take what they're doing now and moving forward. And everybody on there is grinding. Half the people on there, they're hitting their shit. Like I could name a whole bunch. Alyssa from Full Throttle. Hey, I did it right. I was going to say Full Tilt again. Full Throttle. Precious Pythons. They're putting out content. CD Exotics. I mean, I'm shouting everybody out.
And what's funny is there's so many many breeders out there.
Forward, you know what? And they're going to get better. They're going to get more. And you got to take that initiative.
There's so many breeders out there that do have really great content. And if they just tweaked how they posted that content slightly, they would get so much better results.
Yeah.
So many people I go to people's YouTube channels, some of their Instagrams. Some people, I even look at their photos and I'm like, wow, these are really good photos. They're obviously putting in the time. They're obviously making good videos. It's just, you got to tweak a little bit how you do it to get the results. And if you don't want to implement it, then when you don't get the results, you can't complain. And
back to your question, MJ, if you saw how I used to post all the time, like, sometimes 3 a day, I post quite a bit on Instagram and stuff. The last 3 weeks to a month, I'm hardly posting shit, just stories or sharing other people's stuff. I'm too busy trying to get Patreon launched, this Discord on the phone. I'm looking to hire some people. I've already got some candidates that are actually going to take care of all my social media. So they're going to post, they're going to do this. I'm going to tell them what I want and know what to do. They're going to help me do things so that's taken care of so I can dedicate myself more to the Patreon platform.
Billy, if I had your Instagram account, you would have 100K followers by the end of this year.
100%. Yeah.
Wow.
Dude,
one thing I'll give it to Billy.
I agree. I definitely could, but my focus now isn't on fucking 100,000 likes.
Can I just say something?
Followers. It's on the 50, 100, 200 people on my Patreon that I can fucking make a difference. You know what? Ooh, I could have 1 million people on fucking Instagram.
Hey, listen, I want to say something right here. I bet you Billy hits 100,000 followers by the end of 2020.
No.
I don't know why I'm calling it right now. I think something's going to crazily happen. Maybe after this podcast. I don't know.
One thing I'll say about Billy
I would rather have 500 Patreon people that I can help or give them an
Patreon is what's going to blow you up. I'm telling you right now. Mark my words.
It is. I mean, that's not my goal. I mean, it never has been.
It's not your goal, but if it happens, are you going to be mad? No, who cares?
Of course not. But I mean, my focus is on other things.
Are you going to be sponsored? Probably not. Or like, what is that? What is that little blue mark? What's that? Certified fucking Miguel Soap doesn't have that.
I'm going to get it. I can. I just haven't bothered because.
But what is it? Do you know what it takes to even get that?
I do. Yeah.
Or do you have to be in the news or something like that?
You have to be featured in a large media outlet, and
5 times or something like that, or a
good handful number on it. But it's the quality of the where you got the like one of the things that helped Justin get it. The Instagram will never admit to you.
He got it in the emoji snake, obviously.
Right.
Yeah, the video was featured on many news outlets.
So that's gonna. Yeah. But like honestly, like who else?
Well, I'm gonna get that. That's easy. You know what? Because I'm gonna wear I'm gonna paint Mutation Creation, the logo on my chest, and I'm gonna run naked down the streets, and I'll get every fucking news channel from fucking here to there, and I'm gonna run around. Cops are gonna chase me. I'm gonna jump over them. My fucking thing's gonna be flying all over the place. I'll get on all social media platforms, and then I'll get my little blue fucking thing.
They might disable you.
That'll work, Jordan.
I don't know.
I don't know if that's the right strategy.
But I'm not gonna get the fucking blue little dot. Who cares about a blue fucking dot? I make amazing.
I don't care
people
about
on my Patreon. I'm gonna do what I do. Shout them out.
It's about a blue fucking dot.
The blue fucking. Fuck the blue thing. Fuck it.
What?
What the fuck? I got a blue dot beside my name. Ooh, I made it. Fuck that. I got fucking millions of dollars.
Happy status, bro.
I have an amazing business. I help people do well. Fuck it. And I'm crazy and I love my YouTube and
really wants a blue dot.
I don't want a blue dot.
Yes, he
I'll
does.
fight for it, but you know, if I get it, I get it. It's not my goal.
He's gonna get it for sure.
What's your goal in the next 10 years? To get a blue dot beside my Instagram name. Fuck that shit.
Billy's the Tupac of the reptile game right now, like of the ball python game. He's just like,
come on, Tupac.
You can't tell me what to do. No judgment. You know what I mean? Only God could judge me.
You know, and I'm sick of it because you know what? The funny thing is I did what I was supposed to do, and I was listening to what people told me and all this other shit, and it fucking didn't do nothing for me. You know, I did it my way, the way I wanted, the way I feel comfortable with my mistakes, my learning, what I've heard from people and made sense. Like, I like this guy's strategy. I like his thoughts. Let me put it together. And look where I am formulating what I have done and what I feel comfortable doing my way, not because someone's telling me to do it. And that's why I can sit there and blah, blah, blah and say it how it is, because I'm fucking living proof it works. And I feel comfortable doing it my way. Jordan's like, Billy, you got to do this. You got to do. I remember when me, you, and Justin were sitting at dinner, and we were all listening. Even like, look at my. We were talking about Instagram and stuff, and you're like, look at my engagement. And Justin opened his and mine, and we're like, holy fuck, Jordan, we're fucking little, you know. And then you were showing us what to do, and we were like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that. And Justin was like, cool, I got to learn that and talk to you about it. I'm like, fuck it. That's just how it is, man. But you did it the right way, and look where you're at. You've got more subs than I have. That was your goal because you needed that. And now, because of that, your creativity, the animals you're producing, it's funneling through that because you built it. You took the time. You did it right. Myself, I've got everything I need. I'm happy in the space I'm at. So,
Jordan, let's talk about this.
It's not going to work for Jordan and vice versa. But he's his way, and look where he is. I mean, fuck, he's not going anywhere.
How many followers or subs or both did you have before you even had your first clutch?
On Instagram, I had.
There's no such thing as social media. Oh, Jordan.
I think I was approaching.
I'm teasing. I'm making a joke.
I think I was approaching.
Get a coffee in you. Come on, bro. Let's do this.
I'm alive. I'm good.
Woo!
I was approaching 30,000 before I had a first clutch.
30,000 fucking followers before you had a first clutch. And all you did was put out content, right? But what do you think what was your strategy of content that made you build a following so fast? Like, what do you think it was?
Well, let me just say something. The content you put out, we were dying. Every week it was the same snake. different angle. It was like, fuck, please buy some more animals. I'm so glad you bought more animals because your content got so much better.
Damn, Billy had to throw that out. Damn, Billy.
Oh, it's so true. It's like, holy fuck. Like, but you know what? He did it. He put the work in. It's just fucking the same snake 4 times a month.
The thing that separated me,
he had.
It's not a simple question to answer because there's so many different variables in it. But the very simplest way I can say it is what led to my success was being able to recognize. I still remember the very first post that went viral on my Instagram. Remember, Billy, when I bought the Batman?
Yep.
So I brought the Batman home. It was my little, I got a half 3-sided rack of ARS. It was a very small rack. And I opened the tub and he was slithering around his bowl. Okay. And every post I had done up until that, this was only like 4 or 5 months into the breeding, like into the game in 2018. Just that post alone, every other post, maybe 100 likes, 200 likes, maybe, 500 views. Within 24 hours, that post got like 15,000 views, which relative to my following at the time, that was a huge number. So that very moment, I sat back and I asked myself, what did I do differently here? What happened? Why did this post perform so well versus the other ones are not? Yeah. And that was the same principle I applied along the way. And if you actually go back to the very first pictures I uploaded on Instagram, and
I'm going there now. I'm trying to get there.
And you follow along all the way till today, you're going to see a very steady progression in how I posted, the types of pictures and videos I did, and you're going to see it evolve. And that's because I was trying to replicate. I always tried to understand this post went viral, why, and if I can answer why, can I replicate it on my next one? And that's the mentality that I had. And that's what led to a lot of success. And then you learn things over time. You start to understand the algorithm. There's no written rule. There's nothing you can read. You just have to experience it. You have to know and watch your analytics daily. And that's what comes back to what I say. If Instagram is not your goal, then don't ask questions about it because it's so intricate. It's a lot of work. But if it's something that you genuinely want to do, then these are things that you have to do. You have to watch your analytics. You have to watch how your posts are performing. You have to watch what did those snakes do. And that's what I was doing. I was trying to get different angles, trying to get headshots because the headshots really appease the non-reptile people that just stumble across your posts on IG. There's different. I know the colors. I had this was part of my 3-hour conversation with the guy I had a couple of weeks ago.
We're at your first post right here. If you look closely here,
look how bad they are.
Yeah, they're miserable because he's using filters. I could tell.
Yeah, I had the portrait mode.
Yeah, this is when he had no clue, and he's posting sick ass snakes with filters on them, and you could tell there's filters. But then if you look shortly after that, right, not too long after that, you fucking actually understood where the hell you're at, and then look where he advanced. Come on. All right.
I'll give you one hint. People always ask me, why do you take pictures on paper when you don't use paper as bedding? And it's a very simple answer to that question. The reason why is because people have to treat Instagram as if it's like a museum. It's a gallery of art. Somebody who comes to your page for the first time, they do the same thing on every people's Instagram. They spend 3 to 5 seconds scrolling through all your posts just to see what you have, okay? If you have pictures with hands and tattoos and rings in the background behind a blue wall that has stripes with a couch in the corner and a dog with his tongue out in the bottom other corner, there's so much stuff going on in the picture that it takes away of people being able to focus on what it is you're actually trying to show.
This is when you stepped your game up. This is when you started getting in the 2000s and shit likes. This is when
because now if you look at that post, it's a very simplistic post. There's nothing in the background. It's just a piece of paper in a tub. It's not my bedding. I don't keep my snakes that way. But when people see that post, they know automatically exactly what's in that post because they don't have to focus on what's in the background and what's all over the place. And you'll see, like if you keep scrolling through the Instagram, all of my stuff kind of evolved, and all it was me trying to understand the algorithm and how to work it, and that's all it was. If you don't do it, then you're not going to grow. You could have the best content in the world, but if you don't post it properly, you're not going to grow, and that's just straight up.
I think what basically just what I scroll through right now through JP's Instagram, he did exactly what he told us is what exactly he's doing. Like he progressed his style of taking pictures, made it more where it's more about the snake versus anything else.
More simplistic.
Yeah, super clear, fucking awesome pictures, but you were consistent with every picture, and you kept it that way.
But why? There's a reason.
Because that's what people want to see. That's what you're
so
getting.
Here's the reason why so this is what I tell people that led to my success is, if you're going to follow a theme, then stick to the theme, because what happens is subconsciously, as you're scrolling through a feed, the first 3 or 4 pictures you see, if they're all on the same background with the same setting, then as you continue to scroll, your subconscious focuses less and less on the background because you know what to expect, and your eyes are going to migrate to the snake every single time quicker. And I tried to keep it consistent. Like if you look at right now, my analytics have been suffering because I've been experimenting again with different backgrounds, and my performance tanks as a result. But when I go back to the same theme, it starts to explode again.
That's a wild way of looking at it.
I had 3 videos on 3 days in a row reach over 300,000 views. You know what I mean? That was 2 weeks ago.
What about? You don't think your collabs had anything to do with it?
So in the beginning, I wouldn't say Instagram, just because a lot of the collabs on Instagram, they weren't backed by people with 100,000 followers. The Instagram game really was me, but I don't take full credit for everything, because I would say it's a 60-40 thing. The quality of the stuff you're posting matters. You know, I could have the most amazing pictures of 12 different normal snakes, but it's not going to blow up. You know, the stuff I was buying in the beginning, the colors, you know, the orange snake, some of these different shots. If you don't have snakes that have all these bright colors and these crazy design and patterns, there's other things you can do, like these slithering motions, or these S-shaped snakes that really catch people's mind or eyes, focusing on the snake's head, watching their tongue flicks. There's other things creatively that you can implement to try to boost the performance of those posts.
Billy, have you seen some sort of progression with your subscriptions with YouTube since doing a Patreon page, or like ever since having like Lord on? You know, like what has been different since your since what you had back in a couple years ago from where you're at now? Because I know you've hired a team and you got shit going for you now. So,
I think like with Lord, bringing on some stuff, doing the sound, getting a better camera, having him add some stuff in, and adding some of the bloopers and the funny stuff that he can do with editing.
Yeah.
You know, often in the damn shirt changes, and you know, it gives different content. But what it does is, I mean, I'm a character, obviously, and I have amazing animals, and I can post it like everybody else. But with YouTube, I can be me. I can do it raw. I can be different. You know, I have ADHD, OCD, mild Tourette's. I'm hyper. I do what I do, and I am who I am, and I don't have to change it. And I think as many people that can't stand me for being the way I am, I get a lot of people that like the way I am, and
love it.
Changing. And if I don't grow my channel, I'm still putting content out. I don't give a shit, you know. Like I even said, Jordan, he's like, you should do this, you should do that, you should make them longer. I'm like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it when I want, how I want. If no one watches, I don't give a fuck. I do this for me. I don't do it for you.
With all due respect, man, you make me feel normal. and honestly, dude, that's why I love hearing you rant. I love watching your videos, because I'm just like, yeah, man, like finally nothing fake. Like I cannot stand corny fucking content, especially when it's like pretty much mimicked and copied off somebody else's.
Yeah,
I just can't watch it. Like I just can't. Like, because it's like, you know, obviously this I can watch the snake part, but like them talking and shit, like not to be a dick, I just can't watch it. I just can't. But when you have somebody who's genuinely speaking from the heart, speaking from experience, and especially when like your egg cutting videos, right? Your excitement, you can't sell that excitement. Like you cannot act that excitement. You have pure excitement.
Still. And the thing is,
it makes the video, bro.
Yeah, I mean, if I can still be excited after doing this for so many years and cutting hundreds of clutches, a year, fuck, I don't know what I'm getting. I'm trying to hit the odds. It's still, for me, something that's incredible. Just my numbers or what I'm shooting for is higher than somebody, that's just getting into the game. But the experience, like, Tom and his family from Atypical or Origins, they just had their first clutch, and it doesn't get old. You know what I mean? Like, you'll remember that one because it's the first. But you know what? 10 years later, you're doing it. It's the same fucking thing. Oh my God, I hope I hit it. Hope then you got to wait for it to come out. Hope it's a male. It doesn't get old. Like, he got his first eggs and he's sitting in the dark looking at them, for fuck's sakes.
Let's not relive that experience.
Yeah. I mean, but it's something that it's incredible. And nothing else. I've done so many things in my life. There's no other experience like it. It's fucking awesome.
Billy, let me ask you this, because this is a serious question. Like, this is a serious question. This is my perspective on this. I feel like the reason why I'm not going to have a lot of content I want recorded is because at the moment, when it's the moment of cutting an egg, or if it's a moment of something pipping, I don't really care too much about a fucking camera angle or camera rolling. I care about that fucking animal coming out of the egg. Yep. I care about what's coming out of the egg. So my question to you, if you did not have the Lord and all that shit already pre-set up and preoccupied, would you get as much content as you have out now? Honestly?
I think so, because, I mean,
honestly though, because it's thinking about
the rawness. It's basically what I would do. Like, I used to use my cell phone. Right, but I still got good videos. I still did.
I remember those days.
Yeah, I mean, when the incubators were behind me on the table using,
Austin holding up your cell phone. All right, Billy,
go for it. That was before Lord of Lion. You know what? I didn't change my emotion, or I didn't change my passion because now I got a camera fucking crew. It was like that back in the day with my cell phone, Austin holding the camera.
But what I'm trying to say is, like, for instance, like last year, I had a fucking chondro clutch that was due. I was so goddamn intensely excited, but yet nervous for that clutch, where I completely forgot about recording it. Like, I just did it. You know what I mean? Like, it just because in like the whole mental thing. You know what I mean? So, but like, let's say if that happens, I'm just saying, like, having somebody already recording it, doing all that stuff for you, making sure you don't forget. Or reminding you, like, you know what I mean? Like, not to miss any steps. You know what I mean? I feel like you're in a position now where you're going to be able to get almost every content you could get when it comes to opening a clutch, or like, there's no miss fucking corn. Like, there's no miss, anything that you're going to miss when it comes to stuff like that.
Well, now what we have is almost like, I think we've got 22 clutches. So I got another video coming out on Patreon tomorrow. Almost every single clutch that we take the female off the eggs.
Yeah.
We put that on Patreon so that the people on Patreon can actually see and go, holy shit, Billy's got this coming. 2 months before I'm cutting it on YouTube, they get to see the female. They get, we show them how to take it off the egg, how to wash. We also did candling tomorrow. So in tomorrow's video, they get to see us take it off, explain what we're shooting for. They get to see the animal. We show you how we candled the eggs so that people just watching the video can look and say, oh, wow, that's how you do it and why we do it, how to wash the female after, you take her off the eggs, and how we do it here. And it's just different content, because if you like that content, we have more content that, I'm not taking anything away from YouTube. Some of my higher end clutches, I'm going to put it on Patreon a week before fucking YouTube gets it. Because they deserve it. They're supporting me.
That's how you get on the list. Billy's list. JP, are you going to do that? JP, let's talk about how does somebody get JP's bloodline in their projects? Just I mean, I'm afraid of your prices, but I'm just curious. Like, what do you mean? How does it work? Like, well, I'm just saying, like, let's just say, hey, I'm new to the game. Wow, this guy JP has some really cool snakes. How do I get some of his stuff in my projects? Like, how does somebody find out what you have for sale, basically? Like, how does that work?
Well, I mean, this year I've been very fortunate. Like, I posted my first clutch on Facebook and Instagram, and
availability, like what's available.
I didn't even say it was available or not. I just posted the pictures of the snakes when they first hatch, and I sold 4 snakes that same day. And I don't even want to sell them because I don't like to sell stuff before they come out and I had a chance. But
you sold them before they came out. These are pre-sold.
I tell the customers, I say, listen, give me a few weeks. Like, no, don't worry about it. Take my money. I'll give it to you now. And then if it doesn't come around, then just let me know and we'll figure it out. Like, that's how people are.
But the snakes are already out of the egg, or they're in the egg?
No, they're out of the egg shed, like their first shed cycle.
Oh, okay. Well, of course. That's not bad. I've had snakes sold while they're in the fucking egg. Believe it or not. Crazy.
I don't know what's going on because I talked to Billy about this actually just recently, and I said, dude, have you noticed like what's going on right now? And like, there's like ball pythons are hot. People are like, there's so many customers. I get messaged all the time. Like, you have this, you have that. I had to reach out. I reached out to Billy, ask him if he had any pies. I reached out to 2 other guys because I have a customer of mine who wants a pie. I can't supply it. So I'm trying to help them find one. Like the market's been really hot. So fortunately this year, things have been really good in that sense. But basically, if people want a snake and want to get something in my projects, I mean, I don't know. I guess you just got to be the first one to message when you see it.
Or I'll text you.
Was that?
Or I could just text you.
Yeah, you could. Yeah, for sure.
You got a Morph Market account too, though, right?
Yeah, but I've actually Morph Market has been the least amount of my sales. I've had more sales through YouTube. Was my number 1 last year. I had more inquiries come through YouTube than anywhere else. And this year, everything is sold off Instagram.
Yep, I get a lot of that too. But Morph Market is good to have.
It's good to have, absolutely. But that's why anybody who's
put yourself out there, like that's the thing. Like, don't just have it on one thing.
Have it on multiple platforms.
100%.
Yeah.
What's been your biggest, as far as your revenue is it Morph Market or is it YouTube or Instagram, Billy?
I think it's Morph Market because a lot of the stuff I have, I probably have another 200 animals that I haven't even put up. It's just, I don't have time. I mean, the snakes, everything else.
You get a lot of like walk-ins and visits as well, right?
Yeah. And I like to do my sales more where people call me. And that's another thing about Patreon that I love is I know what they're looking for. They come on and I'm like, okay, this is what you need. I don't have this, look for that. But even with Jordan, when he came in, he wanted to buy a Dreamsicle male.
I remember that.
Yeah.
My first snake, I wanted him to sell me a Dreamsicle male.
Yeah. And he comes in and he goes,
he refused to sell it to me.
Yeah, it's $5,000. Yeah, I didn't sell him. I said, I don't want to sell you. I won't sell you the snake. I've never met the guy before. He comes in. He's like, dude, I want to buy this thing. I'm like, okay. I get to know my customers. I get to know my Patreons. I get to know people because I want to know why they want to buy this and if it's good.
I thought you were a dick at first. Like, this guy doesn't want to sell me the snake.
Yeah, he comes in for $5,000, and I've got a few of them. What's your intentions? Because I want to get into breeding. Oh, cool. What do you have? Oh, this is my first snake. Then you shouldn't buy this snake.
Say what up to your boy, Billy. Say what up to your boy. Say what up to your boy real quick.
Oh. There he is. Cusco. What's up, Brian?
Does he feels like how he feels like how you look right now.
Oh.
He's chilling.
Yeah. Might as well, man.
Yeah.
These 3-4 hour sessions. Woo. But yeah, I basically said, if this is what you want to do and you want to do Dreamsicles, here's some animals that are like a year old from my holdbacks. This is what you should invest in. And I actually saved them a bit of money, and I told them next year, you're going to have to buy an animal, a Dreamsicle male or something better. It'll be cheaper. I set them up the right way, the way I would do it or the way I would tell anybody. But I remember you said, can I get a little bit of time to think about it? And I remember you calling me and you said, hey, man, I'm going to take those females. Thank you very much. And I'm like, no problem. I told you they weren't for sale. And you said, no. I thank you because everybody that I talked to said most people would have taken my $5,000 and pushed them out the door.
Yeah,
100%,
sure.
100%.
Yeah. And you know what? If I did that and someone else fucked them over and someone else set them up the wrong way because I want to put money in my pocket, he probably won't be here right now with a passion because everybody fucked him.
Or he would be here right now with that fucking story that you fucked him.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah.
Either way.
And
either way, you did.
Walks in as a customer throwing $5,000 in my face, and I said no.
Yeah. Either way, you
It's
did.
not about the money, people. It's the fucking mindset. Now, this guy here, because I turned down $5,000 and set him up right, has invested 3, 4, 500,000 in our industry. Racks behind him, coconut behind him, thermostats behind him, animals from different people. Because I fucking put him in the right track and wasn't thinking about money in my fucking pocket. People need to set their head straight.
Yes.
It's true. You know? And I'm glad because he's fucking doing amazing. This guy here is gonna. I mean, I'm gonna be buying animals off this fucking guy because he's making amazing shit.
We already did. We already bought animals from each other.
Of course I did. Yeah, he's bought from me.
That's
But I mean, the shit he's making, he wouldn't be here right now if I fucked him. 3 other people fucked him. He's like, fuck this. All these guys fucked me. They just wanted my money. Fuck this industry.
Which it happens a lot.
Yeah, I know because it happened to me every fucking day when I was fucking getting here.
Yeah, it happens
You know
every day.
And I know what it felt, and that's why I don't do it. That's why I can put you in the right direction. And you know what? Not many people can say they're going to turn. How many people will turn a $5,000 sale down? You know what I mean? I talked you out of it. Luckily, you listened to my advice, and look what you are. Where you are now. I could have scared you, and other people could have fucked you over, and you wouldn't be here. And that's what people don't understand. It's not about you. It's about the all of us. It's the mindset. It's the mindset, man.
Now, listen, do you hear the passion behind fucking Billy's voice right now? It's all about the mindset, but he's all about looking out for your guys' well-being because it's going to keep you in the hobby. Like you said, there's a huge risk to where you could have fucked over Jordan so bad where this guy got so goddamn scared, he would have just disappeared.
Right.
You know what I mean? And how many times, I mean, we don't really know the statistic amount of people that, how many people has that happened to? Like, let's think about it. We don't really know because they're not here to tell us. They're fucking evaporated. Think about throughout the years too, right? Now there's social media, so it's like you fuck somebody over, it's easy to put somebody on blast.
100%.
But before all that, man, like think about it. Like, I mean, I don't know. It's pretty nuts. It's bizarre. But as far as, you know, where we're at now with shit, it's all good things, man. Like, you know, it's you guys just told me right now you guys bought snakes off each other. I want to know what the first snake it was you bought off of Jordan, Billy.
Yeah, firefly leopard, leopard, heck,
Yellow belly. Firefly leopard, yellow belly.
Has to be yellow belly. Fuck, how do I forget that shit? So firefly leopard, yellow belly, heck clown. It goes into my clown projects. It could actually go into my clown pied projects. It could go into my freeway project, my freeway clown. Just such a versatile animal, amazing animal, fucking healthy. It's, you know, it's probably breeding size right now. It's
growing like a weed.
Growing like a weed. It's like, fuck.
Fuck yeah.
You know, and that's another thing too. Here's a good point if we can bring it up. It's a little off topic. We talked about this the other day, Jordan. When you buy animals from me, I buy animals from you. They're just, we get them to a great start off at the beginning, feeding. Their feeding response is through the roof. You know, when you buy from a lot of other people, you know, I almost feel like, and I tell this to people, if you can build your own stock and raise it up, feed it on your own schedule, they seem to do better than when you buy from other people. The other people's do well, but yours just seem to fucking like it's like you give them that start and they just like, you know, fuck everyone else, I'm out of here. And everyone else is like, oh shit, I got to catch it. They just, to me, having your own stock, feeding it from the beginning, having it from the egg out, they just thrive a lot better than other people's coming in, even though they do well. Other people's are well. I'm not knocking other people's stuff. But if you can make your own stuff and grow it up, it's the best. It's not only that, you get to see them grow. And then when they're on eggs, you're like, holy shit, I hatched this out 3 years ago or 2 years ago. Now it's giving me eggs. Nothing like it. You know, because your animals that you've produced are thriving even better than some of the ones I've sold you or other people.
Well, it comes back to like the ball pythons are so picky by nature that, you know, just the act of going from one facility into another one can set something off in them. And all of a sudden, you know, they have a different smell. It's a different facility, different temperatures. Now they don't want to eat. Everything that I've produced, you've produced, that grows up and stays in your collection, they're just monsters because they grew up there, they were born there, and they just do so well. You know, I don't have any issues with the stuff that I've made, but I do have some issues with some of the stuff that I brought in.
Yeah.
So the goal is always, if you can, eventually is you know, you start working on breeding your own stock, holding back your own stuff, and eventually in 3, 4, 5 years, you have a whole collection of stuff that you made, and they're all amazing animals. They all eat, they breed every year. They're just fantastic.
Now let me ask you this real quick, Jordan. I mean, we know that Billy may have a list of regrets from him coming in and his fucking trial and errors and whatnot, but has there anybody you dealt with that you regret dealing with personally?
Who are you gonna throw under the bus?
No, I don't.
Well, I wouldn't mention a name if there was.
Of course not.
I personally want to know because he's been in this around the same time I've been around, and I'm just curious if he's done any kind of transactions or dealt with anybody that he kind of wishes he never fucking done business with.
So the true answer to that question is no, and I'll tell you why. It's because I don't have a huge diversity of stuff from all like a bunch of different people. I really took advice from a very small group of people starting on, and I feel like I was playing the right. I do have regrets on some stuff I bought, but I don't have regrets on the people that I dealt with.
Like what? Okay, perfect. What the hell do you regret buying?
Don't go there.
Yeah, what do you regret buying? Snyder?
But no.
I don't want to say just because I like the projects. I just don't want to put them down where other people are like, well, JP said that's not a good project, so I'm not going to get into it anymore. Like, I don't want to get into that part of it, okay? Because everything I have, I like is what I'm alluding to basically is that I realized later on that every recessive project you buy into, they're worth 3 to 4 to 5 holdbacks to develop. So when you have a dozen different recessive projects, you need a dozen racks to hold back to develop all these projects, and it's too much.
Okay.
So I would have.
I've been doing it wrong all these years.
Really? No, you got the room. You've been holding all those holdbacks. That's what
exactly.
You do.
I'm a bit smaller.
He really knows what he's doing. But he has a room for it too.
I'm looking for like a 3, 4, 5,000 square foot facility. I got real estate agents looking. I'm gonna go nuts. There's a lot of stuff that's going on for Mutation Creation and Lord of Lion and Austin Royal Highness. So we're gonna sort of do something really big, and there's a lot of stuff that's coming. So
hey, did he go to cup throwing school? How did he learn how to just fucking? Everything is like.
Well, while I'm away or I'm working, they've got lots of time.
But dude, that's more than time, bro. That's an art. That's an art, bro. Because listen, when
you spend 5 hours a day doing that and an hour cleaning a rack, you get really good. I don't know.
Can I just say that
very it's funny because we'll do shit and I'm like, holy shit, let me try it. And I'm like fucking throwing it and it's not even close. And I'm like, wow. But we got the wind. Like he'll test it out with the wind and it curves and he's got ramps. It's like, I don't know how he comes up with the shit, but it's fucking fun. We got to have another cup throwing, number 2. I didn't do too bad, but I mean, I got to get some.
You're not keeping up with that guy, bro. He was put on this earth to perfectly thrown plastic fucking cups into those cup holders.
I think we're going to do a thing on Instagram, like
bro, he bounced
it off challenge. We're going to see, and just everybody do it. And,
Can you tell him to follow me back? That way I'm like, I don't have a fucking insecurity issue about it.
He isn't following you?
No, he's not. It's weird.
I paid him $50 to do it too. He's still there.
I could have sworn I threw him some money under the bus too, but it's weird.
Can I just say that I didn't notice how much time has gone by? This podcast has been so much fun that time is flying. Like
we're good.
You're not crying now, eh? You're not.
No. I'm just saying I'm having so much fun. I could be here all night. Like you guys are like.
I have the record for the longest one, don't I?
You are for sure the record, and this made no. Cusco got you beat, bro.
Oh, Brian, holy shit!
Yeah, no, you know what? I forgot. Cusco.
You tapped out on me last time, wasn't you?
But you have. I will say this in bravo to Billy. He has the most views out of every single podcast I've ever done.
Awesome. I don't know why.
I mean, because when you have real with real. And shit just gets too real, and then you have fucking little Jordan, and it's
stop. You were the one that cut us off last time. I was still ready to go.
I didn't know that. I feel ashamed because, like, listen,
You do realize I stay up till like 5 a.m. every night.
I love doing these. So these are.
You know what, Jordan? I sort of feel sorry for you right now because us up here, man, we spit so much shit, it drizzles down. You're getting
Okay, but do me a favor. Can you move my screen where Billy's is and put him below me? So we change it up a little bit.
No, you below me.
Wait, hold on. wait, hold on. I think. Hold on.
What are you doing? Scramble.
No, we have to. Wait. I
Oh,
think
he can't do it. He can't do it.
It's this, and then we.
There we go. There we go. That's better. There you go. That's how it's supposed to be.
Shit, motherfucker.
Now we're.
I'm ready.
Now you can grab us by the balls. Now you can just fucking pour souls.
That's too funny.
Oh wow, that's weird.
I'm liking my new piece of real estate here, Billy. Sorry, we had to bump you out.
It's okay, man. I don't mind, eh? You know what? I'm comfortable anywhere I am, man.
Okay, so listen, we talked about the first snake that Billy picked up off Jordan, right? Or
Yep.
No? Okay, so what about you, Jordan? What's the most recent snake that you picked up off Billy?
Oh, they by the way, they're like 700 grams now, Billy. They're just monsters.
Good.
So I bought a lightning pied from Billy, female, and I bought a super asphalt. It was 66% het pied.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's good, man. They're awesome.
Oh, they smash rodents every week. Like they come flying out of their tubs. I mean, it's great.
Sweet.
Need more females like that.
Here.
The majority of snakes you've gotten off Billy are females, right?
Every single one.
Well, I have 121 snakes now, and only 12 of them are males. Just to put it in perspective.
How many clutches you have from Billy this year? Like meaning like girls or males that you got from Billy?
3, right?
No, the only no. So your the clown girl that I bought from you
Went first.
She went last year. She took this year off.
Oh, the clown, but you had the banana clown female.
Yeah, so she gave clutch this year, and your black pastel double het dreamsicle is about to lay in about 30 days.
Sweet.
So all 3 females went, but one decided to take this year off.
Sweet.
Unfortunately, I really wanted her to breed again, but she just wasn't having it.
Now, as far as you being able to track that kind of history on your snake, Billy, because I could tell you from experience from last year, I was able to sell enough females to where I could text those people and be like, yo, how's that female doing? But being able to see Jordan doing what he's been doing with your females, having the clutches, like, is that kind of a really good personal feeling for you? Like, how do you take that kind of like development from Jordan? Like, what does that feel like?
Well, it's like that. You mean
you didn't even want to sell the banana clown? I really had to pry that from you.
Yeah, I mean,
the banana clown, right? You didn't want to sell that, so.
Well, what it is, it's like there's a lot of stuff that I'll do for people, and what I have on Morph Market is stuff. And like I said, I probably have another 100 or 200 animals that I have to put up. It's just, to me, I do a lot of private sales. I do sales, so if the money's there, I don't have to sit there and try to chase it. So I focus on other things, and money will come in. I do have people coming in that's going to start updating stuff, and I've got more, delegating more roles for that, so I can actually have those animals up. But Jordan came in and he wanted a few things, and I could say, hey, guess what? If you take this and you take this, and I do this for other people too. You know what? You want to get into the project, you don't have anything. Here's something here. Here's something here. Here's a year-old female, and here's a proven breeder. Here's the package. So you're gonna make, or get into animals in that project year 1, year 2, and year 3. And I also advise them to pick up other animals along the way to keep building that project wider and deeper and stronger. If you're just trying to sell hatchlings, and that's another reason why I keep a lot back, is when they're 600 grams, 700 grams, 1,000 grams,
they're worth more.
They're more traceable for people. I can get a little bit more money for them, because if I say, hey, here's a dreamsicle female at 2,200, and here's one from last year, and she's 300 grams, and here's one that's 900 grams, and I want 3,000. The majority of them are going to wait and I mean, grab that one at 3,000, pay that extra $800 because it's a year older. And if I don't sell it, I just breed it myself. But no one's going to come in and take a breeder female from me without they're not taking all the gold and leave me with the scraps. If somebody wants to come in and invest in a dreamsicle project, here's a dreamsicle, here's this, here's a double het, breeder female or something. So it gets them in the project and it helps me sell some of the younger males. So I like seeing animals go into people's collection and them doing something. If I'm selling people animals and they're doing shit, it doesn't make me look good. It doesn't make me feel good because I'm all about helping people and making people do well. And if I'm selling them garbage animals, why give everybody advice and help them out and then buy animals? They don't do everything that they need to do that I'm telling them the advice to do.
It's happened to me. I've bought a couple of adult females, and obviously the breeder probably knew that they weren't doing the greatest, and they ended up in my collection, and they haven't eaten in over a year. And
it's unfortunate, yeah.
It sucks. That's some of the mistakes. That's probably back to one of the mistakes I've made is that, and I'm sure it happens to a lot of people.
That person, because of their mindset, will you ever buy another animal from them again? Probably
not.
Exactly. So quick money now fucks you for the long run.
Yeah.
Mindset. Would I want to buy an animal from somebody that doesn't do what I want it to do? No. So then why the fuck would I sell one? You know what I mean?
But it's also, like, to be fair too on both sides. If let's say somebody was to come to you and buy 50 animals, it's expected that probably 5% of them are going to be crappy eaters. Like
5 or 10, yeah, because of the move, because of this, but
yeah, like it's not every snake you buy is always going to be a monster eater. There are the stubborn ones that started out well and probably turned on you.
100%. But when 30, 40, 50 people are having the same story that you have,
right,
it sort of goes to thinking that, hey, there's an issue here. That's all. But anyways,
yeah,
people do and sell and treat people exactly how you want to be treated. And the reason why I am so giving and so helpful, because I got shit and I got fucked over and I got bad advice and no one rooted for me. No one gave a fuck. No one shouted me out. They did the fucking opposite. And you know what? Now that I'm here, after dealing with all that shit, I can tell you my stories. And I tell you one thing, I don't want anybody to feel any way that I felt getting to where I am now. And you know what? I just open my lips, say a name, wear a shirt, scream them out, put a sticker up, fucking let the haters not want to see the mail. I'm doing it to make you feel positive, to say that you're not, you're not, following your dreams, or you're not doing what you're doing. It is going nowhere. If I can recognize you, hopefully other people will, but you've got to put in the work. Don't be that person to go out and say, oh, I'm going to get into this business and buy these stickers and get a shirt and a logo and put it out there, and then don't do anything with it. Don't put the time in, like Jordan said, to put into social media. Don't invest. Don't put the time in. Don't go to learn. There's no sense branding yourself. If anyone can go buy, I can start a dog breeding business tomorrow and go get fucking stickers and shirts and send them out. But if I don't do shit, why the fuck did I promote myself?
Bro, what's crazy, Billy, is you really help promote the whole sticker swap thing.
Yeah, I mean,
even I'm not on the sticker bandwagon.
It's all good. Neither am I, and neither am I. And
I've had stickers. I used to give them away back in the day. I've had stickers. I think the first purchase of stickers was 2013. Yeah. 2000.
Nobody's offered to send, I've only had a handful of people offer to send me stickers. If anybody has stickers out there, I'd love to get them. We definitely need to make them art on my incubator.
Hey, do you two gentlemen mind if I give a quick shout out to 2 stickers that I got, because this is so fire and I forgot to
go for it
in the beginning that I feel
I'm gonna run to the bathroom for a sec. So go
ahead. Okay, go do your thing. Do you need to go bathroom real quick, JP? Or are you good?
Actually, I could probably use a quick break.
All right, cool. All right, what do you know? All right, stay live. Here we go. Go to the bathroom. Go ahead. All right. So this is perfect. I didn't get to do my sticker shout out because I did get a couple stickers in. And I'm glad I got to give the guests a fucking break to go to the bathroom. But I want to give a quick shout out to Fieldstone Herptoculture, my homie. Dude, this is my boy, bro. He has some crazy stuff going on over at his Instagram. You have to check it out. I know I'm in line for some Angolian pythons, and so I cannot wait to inquire a female. So go check out my boy. I'm about to put on one of his fucking, buttons that he gave me. So shout out to my homie right there. And then I want to go ahead and say what up to my to Lavish Morphology. So shout to Lavish Morphology. Gave me a quick note that I think that represents to the whole community. Let's just read it out real quick. So this note states, hey, what's up, MJ? You, along with everybody else in the community, so not just me, but everybody else in the community, are a big part of the reason why I'm putting in so much work. This is the most amazing community I have ever been a part of, again, and I appreciate everything that you're doing. Please keep up the great content and work. Sincerely, Tim and Mary at Lavish Morphology. Thank you so much, Tim and Mary. I got your stickers. I will rep them heavily, and that's why I wanted to talk about this, because we're talking about stickers. Now, Jordan, you're back from your bathroom break. How do you feel?
I feel refreshed, ready for the next 3 hours.
Oh, God, wild. My wife will kill me. But have you gotten a lot of stickers from people? Have people been trying to give you stickers?
I think only like 4 or 5 people. Not many people have reached out to me because I don't have stickers to give back, so that's probably a contributing factor. I do feel bad. One guy from Europe sent me stickers, and we were actually in the process of moving, and the bag that I had set aside with his stuff in it got lost. So I reached out to him, asking him to resend it to me. So I'm just waiting for him to resend it. And once I get my YouTube channel back up, I'm going to be starting to do the shout outs as well.
Can I ask you a selfish, dickheadish question? Because this is something selfish.
Oh, God. I don't know, man.
Don't you agree or maybe think that once you do get stickers, it's more than just giving it out, or just like let's think about it. It's your fucking brand. It's your stamp. And I'm sorry, whoever wants to be like, wow, what a dick. I'm not sending him stickers. Please don't take this wrong. Send me your stickers. I'll put them out. Look, I'll put them all out here. We've been having 100 viewers. It just dropped to 76 because these guys took a bathroom break. But what I'm saying is, my stickers, I feel like once I get them out and I get them created and they're in my hands, I want them to go to people like almost like they're going to a snake. Like I don't know. What do you think when you get your stickers? Don't you want to kind of have it to be a memorial, like like more of a
memorial?
Yes, exactly. Sorry.
I don't know.
Think?
I don't know. I've never been like really big on the sticker thing. I want to do more stuff like mugs and hats and lanyards and shirts.
You want to skip the stickers. You want to skip the stickers.
Send me fucking mug.
You think about it. Every morning you wake up with my face right on your coffee mug every morning before work.
Underwear. You want?
Yeah, me shirtless going like this on the mug.
Have you seen those? Those chef things? Those aprons? Those fucking
yeah.
Like imagine fucking Jordan's face. Oh geez. But okay, but
maybe I'm missing a big thing. I probably should get some stickers. I just haven't looked at it yet.
I feel like stickers is a big deal, but for me personally, and like I said, nothing against you, Billy, because I mean I don't know how you send out your stickers, because I definitely don't have any, but when I put out a sticker, it's going to be something, because like, for instance, if I get a sticker, obviously you're going to get one, Billy, you're going to get one, Jordan. It's going to go to somebody where I'm like, man, this is work that I put in, and like, who cares? It's just a sticker, but goddamn, I waited so long to create a sticker. And this is something where I want you to have, like, this is something where if you see, that's fucking MJ, there's that green sticker, not even out yet, not even created. Maybe it's not green. I don't know. I could throw you guys off, but I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like you have a million goddamn stickers, Billy. How, out of all those stickers, which one stands out to you? Let's be honest.
Oh, there's so many. I mean, there's so many cool designs. There's ones with skulls. I love skulls. There's ones with green. I mean, I love my favorite color. There's some the shape. Young's Constrictors just brought one out. He's new to the game. Came out and he had one die cut with the saw blades. Fucking cool. Other people, I've always wanted, like Precious Pythons. I've always seen that one. Anna, A.K. Morris, the cartoon of her. I mean, that was always there. I'm like, oh, that's cool. And all these ones are so unique. Victoria's Serpents is another one. I mean, there's so many different cool logos and designs. Now that, we can take our designs now and get the hologram ones. Fucking crazy. Like I've got a new sticker pack coming out now. I've got ones that the big scissors with my logo on it.
Oh God!
You got it. Wait. Okay, is that like okay? So the scissors with your logo on it, is that just like a sticker pack for a sticker deal? Or is this gonna be
So I have basically what I have is I have my original 4. Okay, the MC with the logo, the circle, my eyeball, and then it says "Hatching Your Passion" and oh my God, what's my other one?
You're right.
I don't know. I drew a "Hatching Your Passion." Oh yeah, quality in, quality out. How the fuck do I forget that? So those when people swap, I send those out. But I also have a sticker pack where I add the cartoon, the little Billy, the big Billy, Lord of Lion, Austin, Team Billy, Team Austin. I also have the business card as well as the big 3-inch hologram. And the hologram alone cost me like 70 or 80 cents a pop. So I have those in a sticker pack with all the original 4, so 11 stickers, and I charge, I think, $7 US shipped, packaged, everything else, and $9 to Europe. I have another sticker pack coming up with a bunch of other things, King Austin with a crown, scissors, some other things. I might even get some of the other crew in there as well. I've got some other ideas, fuck haters, keyboard warriors. I've got 6 or 7. I got a design team in California doing all my shirts. Yeah, so haters and stuff. Like 5, 6 different shirts coming out now.
Good reminder.
I'm going nuts. I'm
reminder.
Going nuts.
Fuck all the Smith.
Yes, Karen Smith. Fuck them all Carl, everything.
Fuck Tabitha, the pet tuber.
But yeah, I mean, I'm doing all kinds of cool stuff. But
what are you eating, Jay Pizzle Whizzle? What are you crunching on? Look at him eating. What are you eating?
My Cheetos.
Oh.
Okay. My mom gave me a little snack pack. It's right here to the right. I'm good to go. I got to actually say what up.
He comes in with here, Jordan. Here's your tea. I'm dead. I'm on the floor.
Oh God.
Listen, anybody can be jealous the way that Jordan's life is. His first introduction to the ball python game was fucking Billy Rose of Mutation Creation. Huge check. Yeah, obviously has an awesome mom who gives him cool snacks, a nice place to put all his racks, and fucking has a good place to eat. I'm wondering, did your mom make the cocoa for you or the last session?
No, I have. You guys have Keurig down there? That's.
Oh, is that how you use the Keurigs?
Yeah.
Is it all right?
Do they have that in the States? Is that an American thing?
Yeah, I believe it is.
We have Keurigs, bro. Yes, we have Keurigs.
Oh, you do?
We also have caffeine.
Oh, you do?
Yes, we do.
Wow, I didn't think they brought that stuff to the States.
We bring a lot of stuff to the States.
Now that you're eating, I'm sort of hungry now too. I wouldn't mind.
Well, listen, give me 14 more minutes and you could go eat, Billy. We'll be all good. I want to take at least 3 hours.
Do whatever, man. Fuck, I'm good.
I'm hungry too. Trust me. I'm already thinking what I'm going to order on the fucking Uber Eats.
You guys have Uber there too?
Oh my God, Jordan, knock it off. Here's the thing with Jordan. Jordan fucking, you understand? Jordan posted tacos with mayonnaise as one of the is that something normal, Billy? Like, have you done that? What's up with that?
Sour cream, yeah.
If you want to talk about like people who talk shit that makes other people look bad, that makes Canadians look really bad. Putting mayonnaise on tacos.
Yeah, what is up with that, Jordan?
Let me tell you, if you ever come to Canada, I'll take you out.
With her?
Oh yeah, that's her thing. She loves putting mayonnaise on her tacos. I don't understand why. I don't get it.
She loves it.
Ketchup and mayonnaise on a taco, it just doesn't belong. It is just awful.
But she enjoys.
But you promised me when I come to San Diego that you're going to show me some real Mexican cuisine.
Yeah, that was like 2 years ago, and you never came.
Well, everything is shut down. I'm telling you, as soon as they open the border up, I'm on the first flight out. Don't worry.
Well, I don't even know what the expiration dates are on these fucking wristbands. I have these taco fucking VIP wristbands, couple for Billy. I have one. I have 2 for Jordan. Yeah, 2 for Jordan. I don't even know what the expiration date is, but he's never came and used them. I don't know what the fuck to do with them.
Dude, all I say is Mexican food is one of my favorite foods, and you promised me some real authentic stuff.
Every gringo, every white skinned ethnicity, whatever, if you're white, you love Mexican food. I don't give a fuck who you are. Mexican food is what you live for, but you have not had Mexican food unless you come to Southern California. I'm telling you right now, I will fight this to the fucking T.
Oh, I was nailing the food trucks at Pomona. Like,
oh my God. Talk about
those are great,
bro,
man.
those are like Tex-Mex.
Come on.
Okay, bro, this guy tried telling me, hey, man, I just had Mexican food in Texas. Are you sure, like, you have better food than this? I laughed so hard when he told me that. I fucking fell off. That's like asking me if hockey's a softer sport than golf. Like, that's like, I don't even know how, I just don't know how else to put that. But it's like, I almost took it like a slap in the face, but Jordan was just being Jordan. He had a legitimate question, and he thought that Tex-Mex, look it up, taste it, whoever's in Texas and knows real Mexican food knows what I'm talking about. But, dude, no. Tex-Mex is nothing near as close to authentic Mexican food. That's why I'm dying for you and Billy to come down to this turf. All I need is a day and a half and a passport, and we're good. We'll have the time of our lives.
I want to go and eat and fill my belly and be on the toilet for the next 48 hours. That's real authentic Mexican, buddy.
I love
I'll give you your own Tums. I'll give you Tums with your name on it. I'll give you fucking whatever the hell you need, bro.
That's
a fucking Zanny to go to sleep, whatever the hell you need, so you can enjoy yourself. But I'm guaranteed you're gonna taste something where you're like, I can leave this earth and know what Mexican food really tastes like. Because a lot of people, they're misled. You know what I mean?
See, up in my household, we do a little box. They're called the El Paso boxes. You know, everything comes pre-made in it. You just slap it in the oven, and away you go.
You see what?
Wow.
Boxes, slap it in the oven.
Hey, it's El Paso. That stuff's good, all right?
Oh my God. Hey, how many head slap moments you had with JP in the first, let's say, the month?
Every day.
Oh, every day. Yeah. Every day, man.
But he laughs it off like it's nothing. That's why it's like, what are you gonna do? Like, he laughs it off. Like, it's like he doesn't mean bet. He doesn't have
No,
to.
it is always in good. Like some of the video, I'm like, Jordan, you can't put. We fucking argued so much. But one thing is when I stand behind something, he's seen it. Even with Austin, when I say something and I do it. I don't fucking back down. I don't change. That's it. You know, he's seen me go at it with Austin, and I'm like, fuck it. I think I fired him that night. Get the fuck out. You don't like it? I don't give a shit. Get the fuck out. I don't need you. I'm leaving. Bye. You know what I mean? Like, fuck. I mean, you know what? I would have regretted it, of course. But hey, I mean, you know what? Fuck it. You know? I mean, I love that guy. He's my boy, man. He's the future of Mutation creation. So, but, you know, we butt heads. I mean, I did that on that last thing in my rant. I mean, me and Austin don't see eye to eye on everything. I'm his fucking boss, and he's my friend, and we're vice versa. But, you know, if he doesn't agree, he's got the right to disagree. And we you know, sometimes he fights back, and I'm like, oh, fuck yeah, you're right. I'm fucking an idiot. Sorry, buddy. You know what I mean? But
like, dude, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, fuck it. You're right. I'm wrong.
Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm very like boom, boom, boom. I get really passionate about everything. And he even said, he goes, dude, I got about 3 more minutes of you fucking freaking out like this, and I'm out of here. You know,
hey, listen, me and my wife have gotten to the point where we just appreciate to the fact, like, haha, I was right, and we keep it moving. And the next time, who's right, who's wrong? It's like a tit for tat thing. But you come to realize that with every right, with every wrong, you learn something from it. Like, you 100%. Just learn and you continue. And if you're literally fucking arguing over the same thing that had already happened, you go back to who was right, and you keep moving. Does that make sense? Yeah. You should not argue. You should not keep arguing about the same shit, because we already understand who's right, who's wrong. It's all about owning your shit, sucking down your pride, however way you want to suck it. Look at you. I got coffee in me. I'm ready to rock. But no, but really, like, this
is MJ podcast after hours now.
Yeah, it's gonna get dark. It's gonna get super HBO. Like, this is the shit that kids in the 90s had to watch in bad vision. You know, like when the script, like the bad, like where you could see a titty barely. Anyways, no, but for reals, man. I don't know, but Billy, let's just talk about the fact that where you're at right now in your career. What do you really see yourself in the future? Let's be honest. You've been in here. I mean, I heard Jordan say 10 years. I mean, it's been 10 plus years at this point now.
Oh, yeah. I'm probably, this is my 19th, I think.
So where do you see yourself, man? What's the future? Like, honestly, when you're kicking back on that couch with art around you, like what I see behind you, and you're, fucking, you're just feet are posted up. Where do you mentally see yourself in the future?
I'm never going to stop creating and being, who I am and what I've done. I mean, I'm following. I don't have a goal. It's not like I want to be here. I want to have this many snakes. I never had that even to start. I mean, I didn't even think I'd even get to where I am. I'm just following my path. And now I have this feeling that I need to expand, not only, into a bigger space, to literally expand my animals or my, go to 4,000. I just want to have the space. If I do decide I can. Right now I'm tapped. I can't add any more animals. I can't do anything. So now I don't know if I'm going to be comfortable with, shit, I got 10 more females growing up. I got to get rid of 10 females in my racks. I don't want to be forced to do something I have to do, where before growing to my space, it was like, oh, just keep it back, get another rack. Oh, but more animals are coming. I bought some more, buy another rack. That buy another rack option isn't a fucking option anymore. Unless we're standing on it because we have no space. So I think I definitely want to grow or at least maintain what I did last year. I'm running 475 breeder females. That'll go to 550 next year with my holdbacks, unless I get rid of some.
Wow.
So I'm getting into boas now pretty heavy.
Getting into what?
Boas.
Oh, wait, boas? Whoa, what?
Oh, yeah. I got an IMG Annery Motley.
Fuck, have
female.
You posted this? Is this something that you posted?
Yeah, I posted it. I've got that. I've got a Super Fire, Princess Diamond female. I got some Sun Dragons, Blood Dragons. I've got VPI Bloods, breeder females, that I can make. I got a few animals coming in. I'm still shopping.
All right.
I want one of those.
So far, Billy, I'm into March and I don't see anything that you're talking about. So let me know where you're posting this shit, because
I posted on Instagram. I got my Sun Dragon.
What month was this?
Did I buy it before March or after? No.
I'm just curious because this is shit that I'm very interested in seeing. But yeah. Billy, I don't see it, Billy.
Well, you got to see it. I got it all. It's out there.
You have bloods and everything else. I'm hearing a bunch of stuff.
I got a breeder. It's a breeder male. It's a blood jungle motley, 100% het VPI.
Wow, buddy.
And I got a breeder double het VPI blood. So that's a pairing next year. Wow. I'm looking for some real fire right now to go to my IMG Motley Annery. I got a lot more stuff coming in.
So,
I think have that kind of stuff. I want to get into some other things. I just want a bigger space. I want to have a cafeteria. Like, I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at 4,000 or 5,000 square feet, like 5 times what I have now.
Wow. So you would have to move, right, for that? You'd have to.
Yeah, but I'm going to keep both places for now, and then design the new ones. I want to sign a 10-year lease or something. Heated floors, designed. Everything on its own air. I don't know. I like putting money back in. I mean, I make enough, so let's. The more I make, the more I spend. And one thing is not only into animals. Jordan knows this. When you have your racks, having professional racks. When I get an ARS rack and it's like, oh my God, it's so great to see it. And even when I add a sign, even the little things, something that changes the room or adds to the room, it's so gratifying for me. And now that I'm getting I got 5 Freedom Breeder racks coming in. So once they're in, I get to appreciate that because it's new and it's an upgrade and it's I get to experience that. Everything that I do and changes, I love it. Like just adding a bug zapper or, oh my God, bug zappers. I'm so happy for a week because, it's something new. The sticker ceiling. When I started putting it up, I mean, I love it. I come in, I look at it all the day. I'm like, wow, anything new or a change just excites me. Never mind just the animals, just what I've built You know, people come in, you know, and say, wow, I love your facility. It's so clean. It's so awesome. People come and it's like, wow, I thought it'd be, different in here. It's just, I like changing things. And I think moving and getting into, boas more, it's something, and it's a new path for me. I got to learn the genetics now because hypo isn't recessive and it's not a clutch. It's a litter. I keep screwing that up, and I know the boa guys are going to tear a piece out of me. Dude, it's a litter.
Dude, you're not the only one. So listen, real quick, Billy, we have a stab we take at one of the Cold-Blooded Cafe employees. Her name's Emily. Sorry, we're not name dropping this episode, but I am. Her name's Emily, and I guess what she did was she's been helping out and working in the reptile department over with Steven and Desiree, and she posted a gravid emerald tree boa who's fucking literally ready to drop any day. But she posted a story saying, "Yeah, I can't wait for a clutch." She said, "Can't wait for a clutch from this beautiful girl." And she's in vet school and everything, and I'm just like, yeah. And then Steven was just like, "Fuck, dude, you gotta be kidding me."
I'm gonna fuck up a lot, man. I'm gonna be a target for the boa guys. But you know what? If I can promote boas and show my journey with them, and if people want to get from ball pythons and maybe get into the, I know a lot of people that are in ball pythons have boas and retics and some other animals. So if I can help promote it too through my my channels and stuff like that, maybe I can help and maybe it gives more light on to the boa guys. I don't know. It's a whole new community for me, right? And I'm learning as it goes.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So what we have to understand is that Billy's going to be tapping into the boa game, like it or not.
Yeah. And then what happens is when I start going around and going to people's places, I can do a couple, facility visits for ball pythons. And then I could also go and learn some stuff at other people's collections with boa, the boa stuff.
Do you follow Richard Cisneros, the boa kid?
I'd have to look probably. Like they're all new. There's a whole bunch of guys on Morph Market. I got a bunch of stuff coming in from.
But what I'm saying, Billy, homie to homie, like boy to boy, check that dude out. Like that's somebody where if you're dipping into the boa game and shit like that, that's somebody you like. He's not somebody bad to have on your side, bro.
For sure. Yeah. That's it. I mean, it's for me. It's new to me. So yeah. I need to learn. I need to figure it out. So I'm totally new. It's something that I get to experience something else, make my mistakes, but I can actually do research. I have people that I can call on. Tyler from Serpent Stacks.
Check him out, the boa kid.
Oh, boa. Here. Okay, cool, man, for sure.
He has fucking fire, but he's been doing this for like as long as you've been doing ball pythons. Like, and he's in real estate. He's a grinder. He's fucking like Family Guy, all that shit. But trust me, like it's worth fucking checking him out.
Awesome, man. See, I like that. See,
that's sick. All right, so JP, I want to know right now, future wise, what does the future hold for JP Reptiles? Where do you?
I'm already following him.
Perfect. I'm glad. Hit him up. Richard's my boy, bro. I only have a couple boa pairings going that I fucked up this year that I'm looking forward to next year, but he's been guiding me the whole way. And
yeah, I'm already following him. That's good. See, I mean, I'm doing my own thing. So I'm actually supporting guys that I don't even know.
Exactly.
I reach out. I'm trying to buy the best quality stuff. I'm doing some, my research. Tyler from Serpent Stacks, he's been looking out and saying, teaching me stuff here and there. It's all new. So I'm taking my ball python game even to higher levels. I'm getting into something new, just for my own love and person, something personal for me, and maybe I'll turn it into a big boa breeding operation. I don't know. I'm just taking it one step at a time. But I want Mutation Creation to have a shipping department, a big storage place, a place where we can all hang out and have a like I said, a shipping room, sort of like a cafeteria, so we're not eating right fucking in the heat. Like fuck, it's like crazy. But even filming some stuff, when it's hot, I got all those air movers. We got to turn all of them down because we want to have nice, clear, crisp audio, not like humming and blowing in the background. So we're turning it down. But in 10 minutes, man, you're sweating your ass off. You know what I mean?
I've been sweating my ass off this whole fucking interview, but I don't care. This is just, it's so worth it to me. Just
Awesome.
to hear my own sweat.
Yeah, I mean, I'm actually really excited. You talked to Jordan. I talked to Jordan earlier, and he's going from where he's at now.
He's going
into a facility. Yeah, and I mean, it's fucking awesome. I even said, hey man, I want to get out and we'll come out the whole gang, do a vlog there. And
it's going to be funny though. You're going to come into my new space. It's 1,200 square feet. I'm going to have 5 racks in the corner, and the rest is going to be empty warehouse.
Yeah, but that's the thing. I mean, when I moved to where I am now, it was the same thing. I think I had like 12 racks, and I'm like, holy fuck! I had a fucking sectional. I had like all this room. Now I got like 30.
I got to fill the space with something else. I need ideas.
I got nothing. I mean, I used to have lizards and dart frogs. All that's gone. I want to start getting out after COVID out, and we want to, bring the team out to see. I want to see Will's facility, man. Never mind.
We need to do a big like dinner or barbecue again or something with everybody.
Yeah, something. But I mean, I want to get out to see people's thing. I want to promote the Canadian breeders. I mean, I promote everybody.
That's what I'm doing. Hey, listen, the Canadian breeders are on fire. That's what I'm saying. Hey, guess what?
Last year to Phil Robinson's place. Robinson Royals.
Guess what I have next week?
Who?
A Canadian breeder.
Yeah. Sweet.
Yeah. He's on fire. Another fire-ass Canadian breeder. I'm not going to spill the beans because I'm sorry. It just don't work like that. But Jordan.
It's awesome.
No, yeah, it's amazing. Canadians are on fire, and they're all supporting each other. And that's why these two are right here next to each other right now, right?
Well, one guy I want to go see is I want to go out to Big Dan, man. Big Dan out in Alberta. Awesome guy. I mean, I've known him since 2009, 2010, so a good 10 years. I saw him last year at the Western Reptile Canadian Expo. Is it? Yeah, WRCE. And he was vending there, and I saw his stuff. He's into boas, and he's got amazing ball pythons. Awesome guy. He's been around forever. I want to check out his facility too, if he'll let me go in and film and stuff like that. I mean, I want to go and promote other people. I also want to see what they're doing, maybe get some tips and tricks, see what they've done, and it was awesome. So,
fuck yeah. All right, Jordan. So, like I was saying, futuristic wise for you, what's the game plan, man? Like, what do you? I know, because I mean, we talked about how you sit Indian style in front of your first fucking clutch with your cocoa in your hand. What do you? I know you do that with your future. I know for a fact you sit down in front of your racks and you just fucking think about the future. So give us a little insight on that. What do you have in store for the next few years from now?
I don't know, man. It's I try not to look too far ahead. Right now, I'm just really enjoying the way things are going now and the community, and I just want to keep following the same path and lead a good place. I just want to be able to provide for myself, my family, comfortably, do what I love to do. It's everybody's dream. No matter what business you try to go into, everybody wants to enjoy what they do. And it's a big goal of mine. And I want to do a lot of traveling. Like I want to do a lot of, like Billy said, I want to go everywhere. I want to go to Europe. I want to go to Germany, see the breeders out there. I want to go to South Africa. I want to go to, there's so many. That's the best thing about social media is it's really done a good job at linking everybody together.
Yeah, for sure.
You couldn't do that before. Now you can just load up somebody's page and they might be on the other side of the world and you see their projects, you see what they're doing. I'd love to do that. I'd love to do a lot more traveling and then just keep it's humble in nature, but it's really like, I'm just having so much fun. I can't really ask for more. I mean, I don't need to be a JKR or an MC or all these big time guys. I don't need to be a multimillionaire in life or a billionaire sports owner. Like I don't need all that stuff. I just need my snakes, my house, be happy, have a little bit of freedom, and that's it.
You need a JP.
I need a JP. That's it. That's it. I don't need all that other stuff.
The world needs JPs. The world needs Billy Rose. And there's just so many things that the hobby that we have. I'm telling you.
We used to talk it all the time. How many times did we bring up, like, if we won the lottery, Billy, we'd spend all of it on snakes and keep breeding.
No joke, man.
I'll never get rid of my snakes at this point. Never.
I can't joke. And that's the thing, man. Some people say, "Oh, if I won the lottery, I'd give it up."
No way.
That's a choice that they make. And you know what? I mean, not me, man. I mean,
if it was about hitting the lottery, Billy, you would have gave up a long time ago.
Yeah, I mean, you know what I do is the lottery, man. I'm winning every fucking day, man. I mean,
if Billy won our $50 million lottery,
let's talk about 10 years ago. Let's talk about when you first started. Like you weren't in it, like you were just in it because you fucking wanted to do it. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Like,
well, one thing is I wanted to basically do what other people were doing. I mean, I'm sitting there like, how the fuck can these people do it? What am I doing wrong? What am I, you know? And I didn't understand it. But every year that went by, it was like, okay, don't do this, don't do that. I mean, it was rough. I mean, no shit. And I didn't have all these fancy colors and, oh, I can make these and I can make, you know, Pompeii's and I can make this. You know, my goal was to make a fucking pastel and then pinstripe and then a spider. You know, my hets that I had, you know, my goal was to eventually make albinos and pieds because I bought the het pieds and het albino females. And those were my goals. You know, I mean, there was G-stripe and xanthic back then as well. It wasn't my thing. It was pied albino. Then the pastel came out and the pinstripe and then the spider. That was, you know, the SK xanthic or I don't know, the xanthic line might have even been VPI and the genetic stripe. I mean, those were there. And then there was things we called blackbacks and goldbacks and granites. And, you know, it was like, wow, nothing like, you know, you see if I saw a dreamsicle 20 fucking years ago, fucking been over. If I saw a Pompeii 20 years ago, I would have, Jesus Christ, I would have,
it's nuts because like that's how I feel now, even with those snakes. But imagine people who've been in this for so long. Like imagine the people who've been paying, or not even paying, but been around where they witnessed $1 a gram normals. Like, bro, that's hello. How else do you think they're gonna react when they see shit that like what JKR is producing and even what Billy's producing? And like it's just it's fucking nuts, Billy. You think 10 years ago you thought you were gonna produce the shit you're producing now? Really?
I didn't even think it existed. Like we didn't have it. Like I don't know how many. I probably have 100 world's firsts.
You even think about you think 10 years ago you have a Patreon page?
Wow. I mean,
that's nuts.
Not even. I mean, I hear a lot of people's like, "Oh, I'm going to do this, and you can make a world's first." And you know, you shouldn't be about that. Like, I mean, I hit it because I took my projects to where I wanted to go, and I just, you know, world's first. You know, and I was back in the day, like, oh my God, I hit a world's first. Wow, post at the Morph Market. I mean, I think my first world first was 2012. You know, post it to.
And how many years in a row over the last 20 years have there been people out there saying that the ball python's dead, the industry's dead? It's that
since the day I got in 18 years ago.
And it's for me, like since I've been involved, it's only been 2 years. It went like this, and then. Like it's been nuts. It's been crazy. So
yeah, there isn't a year that I haven't made money in this hobby, except when I understood it. Okay, the way to make money isn't how much you spend. It's animals being healthy and producing it and producing. If your animals are not producing, you can't make money. That you got to get eggs. How to get eggs? You gotta feed them. You got to make sure they're healthy. You got to pair them. You got to put in the time. You got to give them a clean environment and look at them. When they're producing animals, even if you have $100 normals, you're going to make money as long as they're producing. Yeah. The more you put in, the more valuable the eggs are. As long as the females are producing, you cannot not make money. Unless you're not feeding them, they're not healthy. You treat your customers like shit. You know, there's no way you can fail if you don't put the work in, or if you put the work in and you do the right things. Market yourself, get yourself out there, take good pictures, have quality animals that are eating. Don't get them out of the egg, feed them once, and fucking sell them to somebody that goes into a tank and they're doomed. You know, get it. You know, 6-7 meals into it. You know, be there for the customer. You know, talk to those people, make them feel comfortable. But the right way.
I think that's what kind of gives people the advantage in the long run is their customer service. Like if you're fucking there to take care of them, like for instance, like I don't understand how people come to me and ask me like, hey, why isn't my snake eating? And I have to ask you, where'd you get the snake? If I have to do that from a snake that you sold, you already fucking lost. Like, Why the fuck is your customer asking me why their snake isn't eating that you sold them? Like,
and they won't answer the phone. I get that with people like, holy shit, Billy, I feel so bad. You spent more time with me and helping me than the guy I bought the snake from. Guess what? That person just lost a fucking customer and the 5 people he talks to. You're your worst fucking enemy in this business. Yeah, you got to put time in. Oh yeah, you got to deal with people. You got to take fucking time to do that and do that and guide them. And it's not fucking easy.
Yeah.
But if it was easy, everybody be Mutation Creation, Justin Kabilka, Ozzy, Garrick DeMeyer. Fucking, there's amazing people out there. There's so many of us. I could have a list that would take us the next 5 fucking hours. Just naming off amazing people that are doing it right, that give a shit, that that care about their animals, their reputation, the customers. Shit. That's the way we're going. There's going to be people that are pulling you down and doing it. Those haters. Guess what? You know what? Fuck them. Block them out. There's not going to be any fucking haters in Patreon and on our Discord, because you know what? Enough people fucking, see that person, buy. Oh, but I paid $25. Here's $50. Fuck off.
There's Billy.
You think I'm playing, man? I ain't. You know what?
He's not playing. He never is. Ever.
Fuck no. We don't want it. I mean, I put a Discord out, which one of Andy, Katie, and A and K, they told me about it. I looked into it. Fucking love it. Without them, I mean, one of my Patreon members, they said you should look into this. I did it. Cool. Other people are, we're growing this. It's amazing. People are going on and interacting. I'm like, holy fuck, there's 20, 30 people on almost all the time. What?
Close it, Jordan. Go ahead. It would look better. Jordan. Okay, let's talk about how Jordan was like,
remember the more
closed, leave it open. Do I want it closed?
Is this the better angle or is this the better angle?
How should I have it? Oh my god. No, this way. Fucking Jordan, bro. Comical.
It was a good 10 minutes prior to the live, man. Like, holy shit.
Yeah.
No, you have no color in the back. Get a flower. Get some color.
You know what? One thing I'll say, Billy, is I don't know if it was coincidence or you had the brains to plan it out that way. But regardless of which way it went down, the colors and the lighting in your facility is like a dream. I have yet to be able to replicate the lighting and I don't know if you just if you did you
it's planned. The color,
pictures that I take in his facility have always better than the pictures I take anywhere else. Like, he's got this lighting down and everything just is perfect. I've been trying to replicate it and I've been failing. I bought over 20 sets of lights off Amazon and they've all failed.
It's all premeditated, bro. You just gotta take time in it. I
gotta have him come over and do all my lighting for me.
You should have joined Patreon because I'm gonna talk about that.
Exactly.
But anyways, no, I mean, it's an amazing community. Everyone, it's for us. If a hater gets on and starts being, different in the group, like, you can have your opinions, but don't shit on other people. People in our community right now, I think we're 250, 260 deep. We're not going to tolerate that shit because we've had fucking 2 weeks or 10 days or however long. It's fucking the place to be. The total opposite of fucking Facebook. This guy cuts, this guy doesn't, this guy lets it pip, this guy uses a razor. No one's arguing. Fucking great. If it works for you, works for you. People are helping each other. Someone comes on, welcome. Good morning. Good morning, everybody. I mean, we have so many rooms that's just fucking an awesome place to be. And you know what? It's everybody on there. It's them doing it. It's not Billy fucking saying, oh, you're being bad. You have to do this. It's everybody's it's their free nature to help people. It's their, post stuff, comment. I mean, it's fucking amazing. And it's because of the people on it.
But also, Billy, what it is to them, it's their therapy. It's their way to get through whatever going through life. Exactly. Like, Billy, like your expressions, like, the nerve that people have to say, oh, is that man on drugs? But your excitement, like that is so much life that you're just showing us on your video because how much it excites you. And and you're not the only one, but that's the thing. You're not the if everyone got videoed while they opened their first clutch, everybody would look like they're on crack. Like that's just, like, bro, that's the excitement you get when you see what you've been waiting for.
But it's natural.
I sat for my incubator for 3 hours in the dark. They didn't even hatch yet. My first clutch.
Yeah, it's such an amazing.
I sat on the floor,
and it doesn't get old, man. Like it's fucking, it's so amazing. Like I'm so excited. Like it's amazing.
My girlfriend would come in the room and she was like,
"Put years in."
Hey, Billy. Jess would come in. She'd be like, "Jordan, are you okay?"
You're like,
she just sees me sitting on the floor staring at my incubator, the first clutch of eggs. I'm like, yeah, I'm fine. Why? She's like, you need to talk to somebody?
I am talking to somebody.
Yeah, my unhatched babies are listening. I'm serenading them inside the egg.
It's when you start having conversations when you're with yourself in the dark by yourself. You need to get some help.
Look, no joke. Look, right there on the floor. I was sitting right there staring at my incubator.
Indian style.
Yeah.
With cocoa in his hand.
Oh man, that was the greatest feeling ever.
No, it is, and it's amazing. And I mean, like, there's so many new people doing it, and you know what's awesome? They're posting. Imagine even 5 years ago, no one wanted to get in front of a camera. Everyone's afraid. Now, all these people, first year breeders, just, hey, I'm going to start a YouTube. And you know what? They don't have to have an amazing collection. They don't have to have high-end animals. You know what? They're going to attract the new people. And then, you know what? They're going to grow. And, they're starting now, but I guarantee you all these people they're like everybody, their content gets better. Their animals get better. They get better in front of the camera. They learn better editing or they make more money, get a better camera. If you look at some of my older videos, holy shit, it's horrible. I even had the screen the wrong way. So you saw the black lines, and you got to film this way for YouTube and you got to film this way for Instagram. You learn that after you fuck up and make mistakes. But everyone's collection is going to grow. But people are now so comfortable because the community isn't so bad. Hey, this guy's doing a live. Cool. Let's all join. Let's all comment. Let's see what he's got. We're interacting and we're feeling more comfortable because the people in our community make it that way. If somebody went out and said, hey, I'm going to do a video, here it is, here, oh, you're a fucking idiot, you only have one snake, blah, 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 it's going to fucking discourage 100 other people. Why do that when this guy got blasted? I'm going to be embarrassed. Like, don't be embarrassed of where you started or what you have. We all fucking started there. And if anybody thinks they fucking didn't start with no knowledge or no racks or no animals, that's where we all started with nothing. We all start somewhere. And the people that fucking forget it, I feel sorry for them. Don't be embarrassed of what you got, where you started and what you're doing. Especially if you're progressing and learning and going in a forward direction, fucking amazing.
I'm telling you, man, if you have the attitude of not giving a fuck, if you really don't give a shit, like we all three of us have the attitude of not giving a fuck, period. And that's the reason why we've continued forward. I can tell you right now, we've already talked about the reason why JP has gone through his fucking point where everyone was against him or thought everyone was against him, but he took blows at some point in his career where he fucking got through them. And, Billy always fucking promotes how he just fucking goes through haters on a daily basis. Like, zero fucks, man. Has nothing to do with what you're trying to do on a day-to-day. Has nothing to do with what you're trying to do with breeding these snakes. Like, you just got to keep moving, period. It's nuts. Guys, listen, this has been amazing fucking 3 hours and 20 minutes. You have no idea what it's been on this whole community just by having you guys on here. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to say this is fucking, a huge podcast, but to the community, I'm telling you right now, people are going to stumble across this. They're going to fucking look at it and be like, holy motherfucking shit. This was iconic. And I'll tell you right now,
awesome.
I'll tell you right now, personally, this is the best podcast I've had the privilege of fucking putting out for people.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it always is, man.
This is as real as it gets, bro. It has not
it better when I was on top over here.
Hold on, we can take here we go.
We're on the bottom, Billy.
All right, we'll end it properly. Billy likes to end it missionary. He wants to be on top.
Started from the bottom. Now I'm here.
Hey, before we exit out real quick, Jordan, what's your advice real quick, as far as people who get down, whoever's doubting themselves, whoever hits a rut in the road, whoever's like, fuck, am I doing this right? Should I not do it? What's your advice for him, man, if you don't mind?
Just keep going. I think there's a lot of people that'll, it's too easy to get discouraged. But guys like Billy and everybody else are better to answer. They've been around for 20 years. They've seen the worst to the best. I'm still 2 years in. Luckily, my luck has been, things have been very fortunate over here. Things have been hemming and hawing, but I am ready for those rough moments. And when they do come, it's not going to slow me down. I'm just going to keep going. And, my animals are still here. They're being well fed. They're well cared for. If they decide not to produce this year, oh, well, they're still here. They're still doing great. And just be patient. I think the patience is the hardest thing that, a lot of these animals I bought in 2018, that's 2 years ago. And I only had 4 clutches this year. This year I'm up to 10 and there's still another 50 growing up. So it's a very long process, but if you can hang out, if you can be patient, eventually they all come online. Eventually things go really well. And I think that's just the biggest thing is just be patient.
Patient is key. Billy, I want to ask you a question. I mean, obviously you've been in this game long enough to where we all know that you don't give a fuck, but for anybody out there who wants to be a part of your Patreon page or why they should be a part of your page, what's the message for what's the message behind the page that you run, period? Not only for your members, but people who might want to be a part of it.
I just want to have something where, I'm giving my time to people that support me and want to take the next step. And the amount of time that I've put in the last, say, 5, 6, 7 years helping people, I really hate when I give them all this advice and they don't take it or they do nothing with it. It's like, why did I spend 2-3 hours when I could have been doing my own thing, giving someone I don't know, has never spent any money with me, probably never will, answering their questions, helping them out, and doing nothing with it. It's almost like the worst part. If, with Patreon, if you're paying for something, you want to get something back for that payment. And if you want to join and learn and see more of us and support us for what we do, you're going to get something from it. And that's why at the higher tiers, you're going to get discounts. I'm giving you so much opportunity to get all your money back. So Patreon's free. Adding the Discord and everything else, it opens up. It's not just about Billy. It's a whole community of people that have the same love and passion and helping each other. And it's something amazing to be a part of. I'm not doing Patreon to make money. I mean, I'm doing 6-7 figures a year selling fucking snakes. I don't need Patreon to make money, but I'm not going to do this for free and have people jump on and do what they got to do. And if you're interested in being a part of it, you're going to pay. And I'm giving you it back, and you're going to get content and be a part of something that you feel like, hey, you know what, for $25 a month, I get 5% off discount off animals, but look what I get to learn from, look who I get to speak to, look at the community that I get to be involved in that's not so harsh, and I'm going to learn something. You get into the higher tiers, they're more serious. But what I'm going to be giving out is I don't think I'm going to lose money, but I mean, I'm definitely going to put crazy, like the ideas I have. Jordan's gave some ideas as well. What you should do to do this? I mean, live streams, guests. I'm going to do crazy stuff like, for the top tiers. I'm going to do like
Twitch TV.
Yeah, there's a whole bunch of stuff.
Scary.
We're looking at doing a podcast now, getting a whole bunch of equipment, doing a podcast.
Oh, scary.
Whoa.
But I mean, I have a giveaway that's going away Monday for my 2 low tiers and then my higher tiers. So anybody that's a member of Patreon, up to, I believe it's tomorrow night at midnight, they're entered in a draw Monday. We're going to do a Instagram live, and we're going to, spin it, use the wheel of names, and everybody that's a member is going to go, and we have, a piece of art from Anna, AK Morphs. So I'm paying for it. Whoever wins, they can call her up, customize whatever they want on the snake, and it gets shipped. There you go. The following week, we're doing another raffle. After about 3 months to 6 months, every probably 2-3 months. As long as you're a member for 6 months, you can enter. I'm going to be giving away snakes, like, you know, in my highest tier. You know, I'm going to be giving away, you know, $6, $7, $8, $10,000 snakes in a raffle. Spin the wheel. The top 20 people in the top tier, one of 20 people to win a $6, $7, $8, $10,000 snake, whatever I want, because I can. You know, even the lower tiers. You know, those people that come in at $10 and $25, they're there for the interaction to learn. But I'm going to give away, like, you know, crazy snakes. Spin the wheel. Here, guys, there's a fucking bonus. It's free. Why did you do that? Because I can. Why not? Like, you complaining? You know?
That being said, okay, and I'm only going to ask Billy this because he's so involved right now with what's going on in his community and his following. But Billy, I'm going to put it in your hands right now. If you could think of anyone you could give the trap salute of the week to, okay, I'll give you a couple seconds.
What do you mean trap salute of the week? Like,
just props to any account. Anybody who, for instance, has your attention, you're like, wow, you're impressed. You think they're on their way to something or whatever. Whatever account.
Pick one?
Just pick one. All I need is one. I know there's a bunch of people, but if you could just pick one.
Tons. You know what? It come to mind because it's so fresh. Shane? Fuck yeah,
Shane,
man.
You're gonna go to Shane, small town. He was already the trap salute of the week like 2 weeks ago.
Oh,
so.
Okay. Well, I mean, like, but you gotta give. You know, I've known him. He's sent the sticker. We've talked. You know, he's followed
so good with his
Instagram and shit. But when I'm telling you, when I saw his fucking video, him screaming, "Hey, I've got the eggs," and the way he did it, there, small town. Yeah, man.
Fucking Shane.
When I saw his video and the way, and then I saw his room, I'm like, oh fuck, what he's cutting. This is my first clutch ever. What the fuck? The racking, it just like holy fuck.
Shane is on fire, man.
Everything, the table, the video, the editing, the quality of the video.
Put work into it.
You know, I'm looking at his incubators and his racks. I'm like, holy fuck, this is his first clutch. This is like, this guy did it right from the start. Did his homework.
Damn.
I was so impressed. I was like, holy fuck. I couldn't. And I'm like, this guy only has 779 or wherever the fuck he was. I blasted it. You know what? Now he's over 1,000. He should be at 3, 5. I was blown away. Like, his room looked like him. Like, wow. You know, I figured he was doing it for 4 or 5 fucking years.
No. Shane's like a JP, man, but just fucking from a weird place who does not get any good Mexican food. And but like he's done his homework, he's fucking collabed with Miguel and like other good breeders. Like,
I didn't even know that until he said that. I'm starting to I just saw that one video and I was like, fucking this fuck. And when I had to sort of rewind it and go, did he just say this is my first clutch ever? What the fuck? But there's so many. I mean, there's other people that are getting in front of the camera that I'm just watching, and it's like it's amazing. I mean, all these people hitting milestones. You know, Reggie's Urban Jungle.
For the first time ever, we have somebody who got trap salute of the week twice. I'm not going to give it to nobody else. I'm sorry. You're giving him so much props, and it's coming from Billy.
How the fuck did I not? I mean, it's awesome.
It is, man. It looks like I'm hooking you up with 2 fucking some trap hookups, Shane. So you know how to get a hold of me.
I was blown away. I'm just sitting there watching it, and I'm like, no. And then I showed Austin. I go, did you see this shit? Blah, blah. We put it on the fucking big screen of Mutation Creation, and I'm like, this is his first clutch. Austin's like, there's no fucking way. And he's like, yeah. He's like, no. I'm like, listen, this is our first clutch ever. And he's like, look at the fucking rack. I love the wall. Just fucking professional. Even Austin couldn't believe it. Lord of Lions just sitting there like,
well, there you have it, man. You know? There you fucking have it. Way to go, Shane. Keep at it. Gentlemen, before we exit out. Hey, real quick, before we exit out. JP, what do you have to say to Billy, bro? What are your words for Billy?
On a serious note or not?
Oh, fuck. Listen, we've been kidding a lot, but I want to know I want to know as serious as can be. What are your words to Billy right now, man? What can you say to him? Like, you know what I mean? I'm saying let's just say for whatever reason, not that Billy's fucking not going to be here tomorrow, but let's just say you're not going to see him again. But what's your words to fucking Billy, man?
Just keep grinding. That's all it is. Every day's a grind.
Yep.
Billy?
I don't.
I mean, it's pretty weak, Jordan, to be honest, but I'm not gonna lie.
But it is a grind, man. Like
that's what he has. That's what he has. I love it.
What are you gonna say? He's killing it on all fronts. So what are you gonna say? You know,
keep his energy on.
There is no weakness.
Okay, there you go. All right, that's a little bit more. Anything else?
I was gonna say something. That's one of those moments I had to refrain.
Here, let me help you out. Here, hold on. All right, now you're on top. How do you feel?
All right, there we go. Now,
Right.
no, honestly, just keep grinding it, and anything I can do to help out on the Patreon and Discord thing, I'm there.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, I want to have, and that's the thing, with Discord, with Patreon, with my influence, can bring people in for certain things. Like, I reached out to, Bob Vu, Gavin, so many people for certain point. I don't want to have it where it's the same stuff talking. I'm bringing Jordan in just for the social media part. I can bring, someone else in like Cusco on editing and vlogging or something like that for those people that are interested. And if I have to pay people to come on to teach or to talk for an hour to certain members, that's what I'll do, because the money that's coming in is going for that purpose. I can't teach everything. I'm not the best at everything, but I can bring people on that want to help and that are there. And everything that comes in on Patreon is going to help benefit. And you're going to basically learn a whole bunch of different avenues, even if, you might not even have wanted to get into a YouTube channel. But hey, you know what? All this information, I feel more comfortable. Maybe I'll give it a shot. Because when you have a little bit of knowledge, you're not as afraid to do something. If you have no knowledge, you're like, what the fuck do I do? I don't want to be an ass. I don't want to make, if you're too afraid of it, like Jordan said with buying an animal, you're so new to it, you can't compensate spending $800, never mind $5,000 on an animal. Now, if I said, hey, Jordan, look at this fucking 5-gene clown, blah, 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 it's 25 grand. It's cool. Money transfer or EMT. Like, because it's not scary anymore. So, if we can put a place that we can learn and get different things. And what I love about Patreon now is when someone comes in 3 years down the road, they can join Patreon and learn from everything that I've done and people and knowledge. It's like a something there that's documented in time, and you can just go and watch, and it's there for everybody years to come. So I think it's awesome.
It's day by day from the fellas right here, man.
Day by day.
You guys are amazing. I can only imagine how the round 3 is going to be, and I don't know when that's going to happen, but it's going to happen. Because, people really, I think I could tell you right now, if I took away this much how I feel, I can only imagine how everyone else feels. And I could tell you, not only did we have the most viewers, but we had the most consistent viewers for the amount of time that we've been on.
Awesome.
And,
good for you guys. Thanks for coming.
For all of us. I mean, honestly, dude, you both of you coming from me, I'm sure everyone else agrees. You two keep doing what you two are so inspiring, and I'm just happy that I was able to get you guys on here to really show people where the fuck you guys are at, not only career-wise, but just like friendship-wise. You guys are such a support to each other, and it's not stopping. It's not going to end. And
yeah, we talk quite a bit, actually, just shooting the shit about stupid stuff or stuff you see on the internet. Did you see this? Yeah, wow. What do you think of this? He'll call me for some advice, and I mean, it's what do you think of this? What should I do? Cool, yeah, come on by. Even though fucking, hey, I'll be by this week. Fucking bailed. Just leave me hanging all the fucking time.
I'm not a morning riser. I'm sorry.
Yeah, but no, the only reason why is because when you show up, everybody else wants to leave. No, it's just joking. You want the warning.
My sleep schedule is so messed up right now. I'm up all night and I sleep all day.
This guy here
must be nice.
I tell him to call me in the morning. I get a call at 2:00. I'm like, bro, I've been waiting for your call. He goes, I just got up. What the fuck are you doing? Sleep until 2:00?
Because I don't go to bed till like 6 in the morning.
It's crazy.
What the fuck? Okay, my question is, what do you do till 6 in the morning?
I don't know. I really enjoy the night ambiance of cleaning and maintaining. I do all my stuff at night in the middle of the. I don't know why. I've always been that way. I'm an owl.
I guess
the sunlight hurts me. I'm like a bat in a cave. Yeah. I love the nighttime stuff. So yeah, that's why I'm always up late.
Yeah, but every time. And then he's like, hey man, you up? I want to come by. I'm like, we're leaving. We've been here for 8 hours.
Yeah, look, K Ward is like he's watching his incubator. It's in the night in the dark.
Yeah, we put a full day in at the facility and leaving. Jordan's like, hey man, you still there? Yeah, we're leaving now. Like, he's getting up.
ready to go.
Day in. It's like he'll never come back to the facility. Like, fuck, unless we stay open later.
Right. Well, good luck for the next 8 hours of being awake, Jordan. I'm gonna wrap it up now. So
Cool, man.
My day's just getting started. I don't know about you guys.
yeah, well, peace out. I don't even.
Peace. Bye.
Good luck watching your snakes fucking shit. No, hey, honestly, guys, thank you so much. You guys have a wonderful night. I'll be in touch and get ready because this will be the most viewed podcast that I had to put out. So thank you so much. JP Reptiles and Mutation Creation, guys. Fucking great episode, guys. I'll catch you on the flip side.
Thanks, MJ. Later.
Oh, hey.
Oh, that was funny. That was my bad. Shows you how many fucking bourbons I've had, but Jesus Christ. Can you believe that kind of episode we just had right now? Amazing. I've been sweating balls, but fuck, man. Great episode. Thank you for everybody who tuned in this whole time. Thank you so much. Like I said, this has been the most amount of viewers we've had for this long. Smoking fucking interview, smoking time with two iconic breeders in the hobby right now. We have somebody who's been established for years, and then we have the up-and-comer. So we have both the best worlds. We have knowledge from both sides. And then we also have to understand where they were both coming from with their feud, but now they're back together. There's no issues. They're both growing, and we're all here to support each other, which is awesome, man. So shout out to everybody who tuned in. Shout out to all the viewers. One more time, I apologize on the late. Shout out on everybody who gave me a sticker. I do have more, but I do want to just say another shout out to Fieldstone, Herptoculture. Shout out to you guys, man. Thank you so much. Thank you for the sticker and the wait, right here. Bam! The button. Man. And then also Lavish Morphology. Thank you so much. Appreciate it so much. But guys, next week's going to be epic. Tune in. Don't forget. And do me a favor, man. Check us out on Apple, Spotify, and Buzzsprout, iHeartRadio, all those other all those other podcast platforms. Just in case you don't like the whole YouTube thing and you just want to continuously listen to audio, that's fine. You have options. You don't have to worry about fucking YouTube. Check us out on Apple Podcasts. Check us out on Spotify. Link in the description below. So please, and don't forget to make sure you follow us on Instagram. MJ Exotics Cartel. Hold on real quick. Boom. MJ Exotics Cartel. Follow us on Instagram. And then we also have, don't forget to subscribe to Unfiltered Reptile Podcast. We have the most fierest stuff coming up on that podcast. You have no idea. Shout out to the sponsor, Cold Blooded Cafe. And obviously, we got anything that has to do with sim containers, we put them in a sim box. You know what I mean? So www.simcontainer.com. And then shout out to Creative Creature Brewing as well. Yeah, shout out to everybody who tuned in. What a great show. I'm done for the night. I'm good. I'm hungry. Got to eat. All out of bourbon. Been out for a minute. But this was a good episode, man. Look, he hasn't even left yet. He hasn't even left yet. I'm going to hear what JP has to say. But everybody, have a good night. Be safe. Don't loot or you will get shot. All right? That's coming from MJ. Have a good night.